You are now listening to Feeding Off Each Other.
Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Hello, everybody. Another podcast.
Hello.
Hello.
Welcome
Here we
to
are.
Feeding Off Each Other, a weekly podcast where we feed off the talent, humor, knowledge, and awesome stories of our guests and each other.
Nice.
I'm David Wiggins, and today I'm joined by Matt, perfect attendance record.
That's
Dennison.
right. I have not missed an episode. Here every time. I have nothing else better to do. No vacations.
No.
Haven't been sick. Perfect
No.
record.
And absent once again today is Jason Lucas, who is currently in Spain, probably taking pictures of his food or something much less interesting than podcasting.
Yeah. Well, I saw him drinking an entire bottle of wine to himself on the side of a cliff. That seems pretty nice.
Like contemplating things.
Yeah. No, he seemed more excited than just contemplating. But that's probably more exciting than podcasting.
What kind of cliff was it?
He was watching a sunset?
Nice.
It does sound like Jason.
Watch
Yeah.
the sunset, jump off it.
I hope he doesn't. Please walk away from that cliff, my friend. All right, let's do our intro today. Okay, so today's guest is someone who you probably have not heard of before. If you're a chother, if you're a regular listener of the podcast, you probably have not heard of our guest. I only discovered our guest about 3 weeks ago. She's a comedian raised in the small town of Listowel, Ontario. Have you ever heard of that place, Dave?
Did he pronounce it right?
Yeah.
Listowel.
Perfect. 10
No, I've not heard of it.
Say it with me, Dave. Listowel.
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 But she's currently living in Whistler.
Isla.
Mm-hmm.
Say it with me. Whistler.
No.
Last month, she took a trip to Austin, Texas, where, by absolute luck of the draw, she made an appearance on the Kill Tony Show, the #1 live podcast in the world, where stand-up comedians have 60 seconds to perform an act in front of a live audience at the comedy Mothership, which is Joe Rogan's new comedy club, just opened last month, I think. Her name was drawn from a bucket of over 200 hungry stand-up comedians waiting in a dirty alley behind the club, and she absolutely killed her 60 seconds. She murdered the interview portion, and then she tied it up by receiving a highly coveted Kill Tony Big Joke book and an invite to perform on Brian Redbatten's Secret Show.
Yeah.
Very cool. So if you're not a fan of the show, of the Kill Tony Show, you may have heard me talk about it a few times. I'm a big fan, but basically today's guest did as well as you could possibly do on the show. And she's here to tell us all about her experience, make some laugh jokes, and possibly lick her elbow. Please welcome Emily Qureshi.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet y'all.
Got a little lost here, hey?
Yeah, I have the direction. I'm directionally challenged. If I would be the first to die in apocalypse, probably. Without the GPS, I'd be nothing, really.
I'm the same.
Yeah.
You know how it's like a 50-50 if you hit a fork in the road? I'm choosing the wrong way every time.
Murphy's Law.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel pretty confident in my mapping abilities.
Well, you're a man of the mountain.
Man of the mountain. It's easy here because when you're in Vancouver, you just look north, or you look at the mountains, and that's north.
It is very helpful.
Yeah, when we're traveling and there's no mountains, I don't know what to do. Then I'm lost. I'm directionally challenged.
Everywhere you look at a mountain, it's just north. you're just surrounded by north.
Yeah, it's a rule across the globe.
Yeah.
There's a mountain, that's north.
That is north.
That is north. But yeah, how was your trip here?
It was great. I tried to get my own aisle, like my own kind of double seat the whole way through, but then the chick came on and she just looked despondent, trying to find a seat. So I was like, all right, fuck it, I'll move my goddamn bag. I obviously like being by yourself. But it was a good trip over. Happy you guys have a car, because I would have been just on the side of a road for a nice little, like really 2 hours till the next bus came. So
yeah, I think this is the first time that we had to pick up a guest stranded.
I think so. Yeah.
Always a first, Don't feel bad about it though.
No.
It was a nice outing for Dave and I.
It was a nice little drive.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got to rekindle the romance a little bit.
It was
get
sweet.
outside a bit.
Yeah.
You had did you eat your Subway sandwich? You said the bus driver did not want you to eat the Subway.
Yeah, I sat on a curb downtown Vancouver while I was waiting for the bus, and then I had a few bites. Honestly, pretty mid
Oh, yeah.
sandwich.
Sorry.
Oh yeah.
You're to
Eat
tell me
mid.
that a Subway sandwich Wasn't the
And
pinnacle.
I got it last night in preparation for today.
Oh, God.
So it was even
Oh, my
worse.
God.
Yeah. That's why I got the apple juice too. Got to be prepared.
Wait, so you went downtown, you overshot North Vancouver, and then you had to make your way back to North Vancouver? You said you were sitting on a curb in downtown Vancouver?
Well, yeah, because that's where the bus drops you off. You don't have an option of.
Oh,
going.
okay.
I know.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
kind of was all over the place today. Just
Oh,
back
geez.
and forth, back and forth.
Oh, what an adventure.
That's how she goes.
How
You know?
many days collectively have you spent in Vancouver?
Probably 3. I think. Yeah, 3 or 4 maybe. This being the 4th one. I don't know. I don't really have any reason to come down here other than it's comedy. But I have been pretty unmotivated lately, and also have not. I just don't know of any actual comedy clubs in the city that are kind of like.
They're all
still going.
closing.
Yeah, I heard that a lot of them closed during COVID. And
Yeah, there was a Yuck Yucks and there was a Comedy Mix, and they both closed.
Yeah, there's like a couple bars that will have an open mic, but then at that point you're driving 2 hours, probably have to get a hostel,
Mhm.
and that's not even for sure that you're going to get on stage. You're just kind of putting your name in a hat. So it is. I should come down. I'm going to live here in September though, so then I'll spend all the days. in
Yeah, that's
Vancouver.
awesome. You can sleep under our stairs if you like.
I would
Mhm.
love to. I was hoping you'd ask.
We got a sandbag you can use as a pillow.
Great.
Yeah, wardrobe, help yourself. Yeah, make yourself at home.
Perfect.
You don't have to leave today if you don't
even
want.
have to.
And all the Red Bulls you can drink.
Don't make me.
There's a
God.
place I drive by. It's called Toby's in North Vancouver, and
Yeah.
they put up this big banner that says "Comedy on Friday" or "Comedy Night." No, Comedy Night. It just
they
says
have
"Comedy
comedy
Night."
nights.
I feel like comedy's coming back in Vancouver
Because of Toby.
because of Toby's.
Yeah.
Shout out Toby's.
Well, my to show you the level of quality of Toby's, my dad's band has played there a couple times. So
What's your
Holy
what kind of
flex.
music does your dad play?
Dad rock.
Dad rock.
That's just what I call it. No, he's in like a cover band with his friends. He plays drums.
Nice. My dad plays drums too.
Oh wow,
That's sick.
nice. Yeah. I play drums too, but not very much. And
His dad's also a chiropractor. Is your dad a chiropractor?
He is not.
Oh,
no.
that would have blew my mind.
that would have been.
Do we have the
wild.
same father?
Yeah.
Turns out we're long lost
Paul?
siblings. Yeah. Arif?
Yeah, he plays drums, and they do the hits. Although they've evolved their set list. Before it was all like songs you've heard way too many times. It would always be like Brown Sugar by the Rolling Stones, or like just songs. Now they're like integrating stuff from like the 90s, which is like new for them.
Okay, nice.
Because they're all in their like 50s and 60s.
You're getting current.
Yeah, so their last song they do is Closing Time,
Beautiful. I hope it's the last song of the set.
And
too.
then they'll work in like a Bruno Mars if they're feeling real current.
Wow.
Yeah, like a little Uptown Funk.
Get up, down, funky. I'm
Yeah,
down.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Have you crowd surfed at your dad's shows?
No, but I did get COVID
Oh,
at Toby's.
well, that's like the second most extreme thing you could do.
That's where I got it, at his concert at Toby's. Full circle moment.
Oh, wow.
And then I
Great
had
promotion.
to miss 2 episodes.
Coming together.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, anyways, actually, before we move on from your dad,
Mhm.
let's get your dad on the podcast. I want to ask him about chiropractory. Is that a thing?
I think you might say chiropracting, but I also don't think he would.
Chiropractic.
He wouldn't?
I don't think.
You don't think he'd come on?
Oh no, he would. I just.
We want him to
Pass.
tell us embarrassing stories of
His-
his son. That'd be great.
I don't know that he would. I mean, he probably would. He could tell the story about the time he hit a horse with his car.
Did he do it just so that he could like become like the chiropractor of the horse? He just wanted an excuse to use his magic.
I think I talked about it on a past episode. He does always try to give like medical attention, like first responder sort of. Like
Okay.
if there's a situation like someone looks hurt, he's so stoked, and he like always has like an emergency kit on him when he's like hiking and stuff. And my mom is kind of like, she's like, can we just keep going?
He's always looking for a victim. Do you go to the chiropractor often? Do you?
I don't really, and then I get like self-conscious that I don't get because my sister is also a chiro, and
Oh, yeah.
and my brother-in-law, and they all work in a clinic together
Feel a bit left
about
out?
2 minutes from here.
We should all go after.
Yeah, let's
Get a quick adjustment.
get a little get aligned. guys.
Yeah, it's also a funny thing because it's a very divisive practice. Like some people really hate chiropractors, and they'll just tell you. Like I'll be like, oh yeah, my dad's a chiropractor, and they'll be like they'll get mad at me, and I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, you must have been through some shit growing up.
Nah,
Like, no?
nah, not for me.
I know people get heated over.
People get really heated. Reddit, not a fan.
No, yeah.
Holy shit. But I don't know. It's kind of like
I must admit, I am a crackhead though. Like I do enjoy, you know what I'm talking about, crackhead.
I love crack. So.
It's a little different. It's people who are addicted to the sound of cracks.
Oh yeah.
On YouTube compilations.
Did you get that? I just cracked my neck.
Did you? Oh my
what an
goodness, that was
ASMR
real.
there.
Yeah, you like that?
It's nice.
I love that.
My dad's favorite thing was there was a time my sister worked for Coca-Cola doing like sales. And he sent out a Christmas card one year. My parents sent out a Christmas card. And my dad's favorite joke of all time was, well, my daughter sells Coke and I sell crack.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah. Anyways,
enough about Dave's dad. Let's learn about our friggin' guest, Emily.
Should I do my fun fact of the day?
All right, okay. Before Emily, let's do the fun fact of the day.
So it's related
to chiropractor?
To Emily.
Tree?
This was from, I put this into ChatGPT and then I tried to back it up by Googling it, and now I'm not sure if it's true.
Okay, I'm curious.
Wow.
So wait, how do I say your hometown again?
Listowel.
Listowel, Ontario is known as the Pretzel Capital of Canada.
We were the meth capital of Canada, actually. I don't know
So are
if
you not the
pretzel's a
Pretzel
youth-
capital?
I don't think so. I've never had a pretzel
damn it.
in Canada. No. Or in Listowel, sorry. No, we actually were the meth capital of Canada or meth capital of Ontario for a while. I'm not trying to flex too hard here.
You
But
can't even be of Canada. It's too good.
Pretzel.
too cool.
Pretzel Capital.
Yeah, it says you guys make 200,000 pretzels a year.
That's not many pretzels, dude.
No, they're giant soft pretzels.
Okay.
If they were the little
Definitely.
ones, that's like
Volume-wise,
one
that's a lot.
bag.
Definitely not, unless there's like some sort of undercover operation going on that I don't know about. We're known for yarn as well.
Okay.
We've got a yarn factory. The Yarn Barn is what they called it. I worked there for a little while. I probably peaked when I was 17 and just put yarn in boxes. So if you've ever been at Walmart and you've seen, I can't remember the brand now, but if you see the yarn, I've probably touched it. So 3 years ago, I guess. Yeah.
We got to check in with Brooke. Brooke, you know any brands of yarn?
Not a knitter.
Yarn talk.
Yeah. Gets the people going.
Listowel is also known. Well, you claimed on the show that it's known for Letterkenny.
Yes, yeah. Jared Cuso, he started a YouTube channel. They started a Twitter account actually called Listy Problems, and it was basically just people complaining about how, I don't know, kind of just listable problems. So like when you bang a chick and then she's already banged the whole hockey team already, all your buddies, they kind of like, I don't know, things like that.
Yeah.
Bro-y kind of jokes. And then they moved on to YouTube and then they got picked up by Crave. And now they're in the big leagues, baby.
Yeah, no kidding.
People
So, like,
rave
9
about
seasons or
it,
something?
and I've still never watched it.
So okay, you actually inspired me to watch episode 1, even though I've been meaning to watch it for like 10 years. Because we made a whole bunch of like Canadian content in our days on YouTube, and we actually, one of our friends, do you know Theo Kim, TGK? Yeah, he was like the producer on the pilot of that show. Like one of our friends from Vancouver, he flew out to go shoot.
He was
the first
Steve
2 episodes or
Aoki.
something. Steve, yeah, he plays Steve Aoki in one of our videos, How to Be a DJ.
Nice.
He looks exactly like Steve Aoki with long hair.
He's more jacked.
And we got someone to throw a cake in his face. That was great.
Nice.
Anyways, I looked up where is Letterkenny filmed on Google, and it said Sudbury, Ontario.
Ooh, it's a sad place. I try to avoid Sudbury.
Well, it's much more north, so it's...
Yeah.
What's the truth, though?
What do you mean? What's the truth?
Well, how come the internet's saying it's filmed in Sudbury?
Oh, it's not filmed in Listowel. It's just based on Listowel.
Oh, okay.
Like I think it's loosely based on Listowel. Just kind of the hockey players, and jocks. Kind of jocks and the Hicks.
Mm-hmm.
They kind of like got those characters from LDSS. I think that the Hicks are a little bit more clever though on the show than they are in real life. The Hicks and Listowel just have Confederate flags on their trucks and try to stick up for the South. They're like, I'm from the South.
Well,
So you're Southern Ontario.
roasted.
It's a fast-witted show. Like, it's very quick.
Yeah. No, I like. There's a few insults in there that are just like absolutely fantastic. You're fucking 10-ply, bud. It's my favorite.
Yeah, that's a
insult.
classic.
You look like you write Taylor Swift lyrics and birthday cards. It's like an absolute banger.
Were you excited to see that show evolve, being from Listowel?
To be honest, I actually haven't seen the TV show. I just watched the YouTube. I just watched the YouTube videos when I was in high school.
Well,
Yeah, so did I. I've seen the YouTube videos.
Yeah.
I watched episode 1, and Brooke nearly made me turn it off.
Really?
I was like, yeah, I'm kind of ready for it. I mean, it's episode 1, you know, maybe I'll give it more chance. There's 9 seasons. I was actually really surprised when you brought it up that Shane Gillis was like, oh, yeah, it's good shit. And he was like telling Tony, like, oh, yeah, it's a great show. It's a great show.
Yeah.
No way. Even he watches?
That's so cool.
It's a popular show. It's like a if you know sort of show. It's kind of like how Schitt's Creek got big. And then I had the same experience watching the first few episodes of that where I was like, eh.
I feel like when it first came out, though, because it's so quick-witted and all these like great insults, it felt fresh, especially at the time.
What did?
Letterkenny.
Sure.
Yeah.
Also, like if you're not from that kind of world, like if you're not from a small town, you like haven't played hockey, like, you know, there's so these there's a lot of inside joke sort of things where I could imagine for us it'd be less.
It's funny how
connective.
the Canadian accents change from, you know, East Coast, West Coast. We were really trying to decipher like the differences when we made like shit Canadians say and how to be a Canadian. We made a bunch of Canadian content. I feel it was like the same time when Letterkenny was developed.
Yeah.
This type of humor
10
was like
years ago.
popping off then.
Well, all those, like, that was just the thing you did, like the shit people say videos was
Right, that was
like
very
everything,
popular, yeah.
That's sort of like quick, like that's what all those Letterkenny problem videos were.
It's great for the attention span because it's like you know you don't want somebody's not going to sit down and watch it for 20 minutes, but if it's just like clip, then
Exactly. Yeah. We actually always reference Shit Girls Say still. Like we'll when we plan for like a little sketch that we want to do really quick and easy, we'll just do it like Shit Girls Say. And by that, we mean we're going to shoot something over the shoulder and then reverse. And then, you know, it's not like an actual scene with, So even to this day, so influential. Crazy.
I've never heard you mention Shit Girls Say.
What are you talking about, man? Are you kidding me?
I'm not.
I feel like I say it all the time.
Maybe like in your head and you just like think it.
Jason would know. Jason, if only Jason was here, man. I'd have a friend who agreed with me.
Fuck my life.
So anyways, what made you move from Listowel to Whistler?
I kind of had a bit of an in-between. Like when I was 18, well, when I was 17, I went out to visit my friend and she was living in Lake Louise, Alberta. And I was like, oh shit, you can just do that. You can just live in a mountain town. That's really nice. So then I went to school, started going to school when I was 17. And then every summer I would just go out west. I'd just go to Alberta. And then Banff got a little bit, didn't get sick of it, but I kind of wanted a change of scenery while still being in the mountains. So I heard Whistler was a beautiful place. And I just hopped to it. It's just I don't know. There wasn't much thought behind it. There's not much thought behind these actions, but it's just a really pretty place. And I think it's really important to awe is a really nice emotion to experience on the regular.
Taking a step back in Banff, did you ever see a unicorn?
Unicorns.
Did you ever see a unicorn?
Yeah, I saw the video.
But you never actually saw a unicorn.
I never saw the unicorn. No.
Okay.
But when I was at an interview, interview at Boston Pizza though, and my boss just like randomly, the guy who's interviewing me pulls up that video because I think that was like when it started going viral of like the guy on the side of the road being like, "Yeah, unicorn." And I was like, "Is this a part of the interview process? Like, do I have to laugh? Trying to make you like me?"
We were debating whether it was racist. And then
All right, pull it up. Pull it up.
I watched it and I was like, this is definitely a fake accent. Like he like loses it near the end.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
Okay. I gotta watch it with it.
When's the last time you watched this? Yeah, I'm
during the interview. Watched it during 2016. It would have been.
Volumize us.
Volumize.
Unicorn sighting.
So we go to Banff. On the way home, we find the unicorn.
That's a caribou.
I thought unicorn was so extinct, but unicorn live in Banff. It's gonna eat long time before it mows this grass.
That's true. It will take a long time.
Goodbye, unicorn.
I think when he says mows this grass is where he loses the accent.
Right, I heard that a little bit, but I'm not too sure.
Go to the YouTube.
Also,
go to the channel.
The channel, yeah, the description doesn't seem like a.
He's got 1,000 subscribers.
Read the description. Go to the video itself, and we can read the description, which didn't seem like a genuine.
To be an eye test, how can you read?
Oh
that?
God, no!
I got my glasses on. Okay, so nice, Brooke.
Nice.
She's good at
Very
this.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's the deal. I was on the way home to Calgary, Alberta from Banff, Alberta, and I found a unicorn. Actually, it's a caribou, but I'm not a scientician. I was right. It was a caribou.
This does not sound like an authentic.
Scientician makes me think it's a bit of it's trying to be, you know, a meme, trying to be funny.
Yeah.
But the rest of it seems pretty authentic, you know.
I
The shaky film, the fact that it's the only video this guy has on his channel.
Yeah.
I mean, he's speaking in kind of broken English, right? Yet there's a few too many commas in that sentence.
Yeah, that guy's crushing
use
English there.
The use of commas.
Is there even an Oxford comma there too? God damn. Guys.
I love an Oxford comma.
I will fight to the death about Oxford commas.
Yeah.
I get torn up. I had an English, like a teacher who was from England in grade 2 and 3, and she made me use that Oxford comma.
Yeah.
And then after, I feel like my friends ridiculed me for using the Oxford comma, you know?
What is
Fight
specific?
to the death.
What a specific type of bullying? Like a bunch of kids
it was
meet
Emily,
you after
man.
class, and they're like, "Hey, is this kid?"
It was
doing-"
Emily. She said, fight to the death. She
I mean,
ridiculed
she's
me.
pro comma.
Oh, it's pro. Okay.
Yeah.
I fuck some kids up.
Have you ever seen those examples of like how there can be confusion about not using an Oxford comma? Where it's like something about Hitler. What's the Hitler one?
I don't know, but I know the eating a child, or like eating, like, we're gonna eat Sandra, or we're gonna eat Sandra, like, you know, that kind of thing.
Oh, here it is. With the Oxford comma,
please.
we invited the strippers JFK and Stalin. Without the Oxford comma, we invited the strippers JFK and Stalin.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
You think JFK could do some good stripping? You think he'd be graceful?
Yeah. Well, he was a whore.
He
so,
was a whore.
like a noted
Politics.
man whore.
Are you on that list, Dave?
What list?
Never mind.
Sex offender list?
No, it's just the man whore list.
Oh, no.
Wait, hold on. What is the Oxford comma? Is it and comma?
It's like it's before the and.
Before the and. Okay, yeah.
It's the final one.
So a lot of people will not use that comma and be like, well, the and is doing the lifting. And it's like, no.
What the hell is even that?
This is the nerdiest thing
one
we've
of my
ever talked
favorites.
Yeah,
about.
I know.
And I love it.
Let's just keep talking about grammar.
Ooh. Also, the space, the double space after the period. You know about this?
No.
It's like an older generation thing because it like came from typewriters. And so then everything like kind of looks a little bit more drifty because there's like just a slightly more space.
Sounds like a great way to get your essays to 1.5 pages in school.
Yeah, all those tricks. Love that.
Mm-hmm.
They're like making the periods a bigger
Oh yeah, I would do
size.
that. 100%. You go to Control Find or whatever, Control F.
Yeah.
Increase period size to size 72.
So smart.
72.
I don't know, whatever you can get away with.
Like a beach ball in the middle of your essay.
Looks like an O, but you colored it in.
The period. is the paragraph.
Ow! My ears.
Was that loud?
That was pretty loud in my ears. Yeah, sorry.
Oh, thank you.
That noise.
Was that too loud?
No, that was perfect.
Okay.
That was great. Good timing too. Very relevant. So how are you enjoying Whistler?
I like it, but I'm ready to get out of there.
Yeah?
It's been about 2 years now, and it's kind of the longest I've ever stayed in one place. So I'm ready to move. I just booked my accommodations actually for Austin, so I'm going to move back there in July and August, and then come back here for Vancouver. Come back here for September.
Are you sure? You sure you're gonna come back? I feel like you're gonna stay in Austin.
I can't afford it.
Oh.
I can't work down there. I'll just be probably I don't know, selling weed or selling some beers on the side of the road. That's what all the other comics did in the back alleyway. They just like have a cooler.
You're going to get flagged at the border now.
yeah, shit. I almost already got arrested at the border.
Just make sure you don't smell as dank as you did in
Wait,
the car
wait.
this morning.
That's what the issue was.
Why did you almost get arrested at the border?
Because I smelled quite dank, and then the
Oh,
guy,
really?
Yeah, and then and he searches my jacket. I get pulled aside. Well, first of all, they kind of flagged me because they were like, "Why are you're going there for a month and all you have is a backpack?" I was like, "I travel light. That's all I need."
Impressive. That's goals. I need at least 3 backpacks everywhere I go.
I was lacking a few things, for sure, but. Basically he like looked through my pockets and he found a couple roaches, and they had no weed in them. They were just cardboard. But he was like, "Do you know the laws regarding bringing THC into America?" And I said no. I obviously do, but I just said no, just pleaded ignorance.
Nice.
And then he was like, "Well, it's a $500 fine and you can get arrested." And so I was like, my face just dropped, my stomach dropped, and then he kind of let it sit for like 5 seconds, and then he was like, "I'm not going to arrest you today, but if you have any other, if you do it again, then you'll be in the slammer." So I won't do that again. I'm gonna do laundry next time. Next time I go on an airplane.
Quit putting them in your pocket.
I don't like to litter. I don't like to.
Well, I mean, yeah, you could, compost.
Compost, yeah.
So no $500 fine.
No $500 fine. Thank God. And thank that dude. I wanted to get his name because I was like, if I ever come into a large amount of money, I'm just gonna give you $500.
Give you so much weed. All my roaches.
You can take all my roaches. Yeah, no, it was pretty scary getting interviewed. They were just like, why are you going into the States? Why are you going to Austin? And I didn't want to mention comedy at all because I didn't want them to think that I was trying to get paid. And so I just said, I'm just going there to save money, which is the dumbest thing I could have said.
Save money.
Yeah, there's like South by Southwest going on that month. There's like there's like a lot of music and all that jazz. And I could have said any of that, but instead I just said I'm going to go to Austin to save money. That's stupid.
I mean, whatever. I guess it can make sense.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go live under a bridge, under a pipe.
I get so nervous in all those scenarios, like when we were going to the States.
Yeah, because we go across with a lot of camera gear.
Oh yeah.
But the thing is, sometimes genuinely we should be allowed to be there because we're just filming our own thing, coming back and posting on our YouTube. Right.
Definitely, yeah.
What we're not allowed to do is go down there and work on a project for an American company. Yeah, it's okay when we work for a Canadian company.
I think, and get paid for working for that company.
I think the AI is going to flag this, being sent straight to the border office.
They were like, "Why are you going there?" And I was like, "I'm going mountain biking with my friends, and they mountain bike, but I don't." And I was like, "They know."
Oh yeah, name one trick.
Yeah, the guy was just like pulling out.
Name one trick.
Yeah, name one trick, bro.
Get out your bike and do a trick.
Heel click.
Heel clicker?
Yeah.
Okay, man, that's a pretty sick trick. Come on in.
The guy high fives me, slips me a roach. I'm like, what?
So back to Whistler a little bit. In the last couple of weeks, we were trying to come up with some Whistler hacks. We have a deep connection to Whistler. We're there all the time. The bike park there. We love the bike park. And a lot of our friends live in Whistler. So we've been trying to pick everybody's brains about Whistler hacks. I think I have a new one, by the way. I'll let you think, and I'll say my hack.
Okay.
I feel like, once again, I might be blowing it up. I might be blowing up the spot. I won't say any details, but the River of Golden Dream, I know. River of Golden Dreams is pretty iconic.
The floating river?
Mm-hmm.
You're not blend. That's on tourism.
Is it?
Not a hack.
Is it? It's not a hack?
No.
All right.
I mean, it's a good recommendation.
I know it's not quite a hack. I'm reaching for anything at this point, but I feel like, is it really on tourist pages?
I think
things
so.
to do.
Yeah. I've written a Yelp review.
The lazy river.
I tried. Maybe next week.
I'd say I don't really know of many good hacks. I used to work at Earl's, and they give really good discounts if you work at an Earl's, and you don't have to prove anything. You can just walk in there, and you can just say, if you go in there, you can just say, "Hey, I know Kevin," and then they'll give you a discount. And so
I know Earl.
I highly recommend it. Yeah, I am Earl. Earl was my father. No, but if you go in there, you can just pretty much say, "Yeah, I work at the Earl's in Vancouver," and they'll just give you like a 50% off discount.
Holy
so,
smokes, that is a good hack.
Good life hack.
I think you just ruined that.
Yeah, probably.
People are going to start going to Whistler.
I do like Earl's is my favorite of the, what is it, casual dining? Was that the classification?
Casual
Cactus
fine
Club,
dining.
Earl's,
I like it better than
Milestones,
Cactus. I like it better than all of those. I think it's the best one.
It's pretty good.
Wait, Earl's is the albino rhino, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, and then they got in trouble for that. There's a little bit of controversy with that.
The thing is,
what's that?
Because the albino community came out and they just did not like the name of the albino rhino, which is funny because it means it's a rare, cool rhino.
But the thing is too, it's like the rhino's albino, and there are albino animals aren't human.
Yeah, cool it. Okay, cool it.
It's not like the gay cheetah where it's like theoretically there's no gay cheetahs. You know what I mean? Like there are albino rhinos.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyways, and it's a fun rhyme.
There's mountain cougars and biting goats.
Yeah, exactly.
They should rename it to the biting goat.
Wait, so what did they rename it?
I think just the Rhino Lager or something like that.
Yeah,
It's
that's
super
no
boring
fun.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Bite and
like
go would be better.
have you heard of Parallel 49 beer?
No. Oh yes, I have. Yeah. I don't know that one.
They had a beer called Gypsy Tears, and they had to change it to Ruby Tears for reasons.
I feel like gypsies are cool though. It's like I don't know. It's still not a good.
Well,
good
it's
word
because
to use.
the gypsies are like a I don't know if they're a race of people or they're like a group of people. They're like the Romanis are like from Romania. And so but the term gypsy had been used more to describe like a way of living as opposed to a group of people.
Kind of nomadic lifestyle.
Yeah. And then so Gypsy Tears was, I think, named after Borat because he was like, give me your tears, gypsy.
Oh.
Right. So then it was sort of I don't know. It's all very complicated. So anyways, apparently not a word you're supposed to use, which is fine.
There's another beer company in Whistler, the Coast Mountain Brewing, and they had a beer. I don't know. I guess it was named a little bit too closely to another beer around town, and so then they changed it to just Hope You're Happy IPA. It's actually one of their beers. It's such
That's
a
a good
passive
name
aggressive.
either
Yeah,
way.
I know. Hope
I
You're
like
Happy.
that.
It's
Like passive aggressive name.
yeah.
What's the official beer of Whistler?
Probably Hope You're Happy. No,
Hope you're happy.
I don't.
Well, we did some deep diving in preparation for the podcast today. We deep dived Instagram. There's plenty of pictures, I think, with a beer in your hand. It seemed to me like your favorite beer might be. Is it a Lucky?
Absolutely.
Is
yeah.
that the official beer of Whistler?
That's my official beer.
It's official beer of Vancouver Island. I'll tell you that
Vancouver
much.
Island.
That's
Yeah.
true. Yeah.
It was the first beer I ever had.
Really?
Yeah.
How many
old?
did you have?
I was I want to say like 14.
14. Start 'em young.
And
Yeah.
did you have 14?
It was summer grade 8 going
Got
to
it.
grade 9, I believe. I had like 5 or 6 maybe. Something like that. It was like a pretty good.
Humble origins.
Yeah, that
humble
was pretty
beginning.
good.
Yeah.
That was your first time drinking?
Yeah.
Yeah, 5, 6.
And then I remember distinctly I went into the bathroom. I was like maybe like 3 or 4 beers deep, and I like had like a moment with myself in the mirror, and I was like, "You're doing it, man." I was like, "Look at you, look at you.
look
We're
at us."
grown up. Like we're living our life." Like, and yeah,
When's the last time you had a moment with yourself in the mirror?
like every fucking day.
Wow, that's
Just look at
inspiring.
yourself.
It's mostly just horror, being like, "Oh, another gray hair."
The first taste of alcohol I ever had was actually in grade 12, I think. Not first. Okay, I'm lying. First time I ever was drinking with the intention of getting tipsy or drunk or
Sure.
whatever. That was whiskey on a party bus in grade 12 after we did like a cruise. Took me that long?
Damn.
Yep.
I
Your turn now.
10 years old. I was 10 years old was like the first intentional time getting drunk. My my parents would go to this like house for New Year's Eve every year. And my best friend Mackenzie, shout out Mackenzie. We just ran around and found adults' drinks, just like that they left unattended, and we just took them underneath the table and then chugged them back. And had a wide array of drinks that night. And then the next time after that I got drunk was when I was 11, and we just got absolutely sloshed. Drank straight gin, and
my goodness.
fully blacked out. Yeah, no, that's great. It's a great start to the alcoholic.
You would have been
lifestyle.
6'5" if you hadn't started drinking so young.
I would have
Do you know
been
what they call that when you just go pick up random drinks at like a place?
No.
It's called mine sweeping.
mind sweeping. Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, a couple of mind sweepers.
I had a
is what
buddy
we
do
were-
that at a bar one time. He's literally picking, like, just grabbing random, like people may have already left or maybe not, and was just drinking.
It makes me gag now the
So
thought of it because it's
gross.
like all the backwash and you
Oh.
don't know what they've got.
At
Like
least
what
you
if
were
I
at like
Good
a
stuff.
at least you were at like a house party. I feel like at a bar that's even
oh
grosser.
yeah
Builds
not
the
only-
immune system, all that backwash.
I don't
You
think
get
I
drunk and you get healthier.
Yeah.
Right.
In my opinion.
right.
I'm not a scientician though, but
Yeah.
I don't know. Would you guys ever drink, like, I don't know what you call them. There's like those mats on the bar and they capture all the spill.
Don't even
you know?
say that.
I just watched one of those videos where the guy just lifts it up, pours it in a cup and then drinks it.
I feel like those smell like what a bottle return depot smells like.
Oh yeah, that's one
That,
of
like,
the worst
that,
smells.
like sweet sour.
I've cleaned one of those before, like dumped it out, and it was what came out at the end was like viscous. Like it was not a liquid. It was getting close to not being a liquid anymore. I don't think I could ever do that. Well, it's probably the grossest thing you've ever consumed. Would you say?
The grossest thing I've ever consumed.
It's That's a great
an entire
question.
episode of feeding off each other. No, I'm gonna say pig brain.
Ooh,
Pig brain hot pot.
when was that? Why was that?
Chinese New Year. Living in Richmond, celebrating.
Did it taste good? Did it taste okay?
It's kind of like it's it's like it's a solid, and then you put it in your mouth, and instantly it just becomes like mayonnaise.
Oh God,
That's how.
that's horrendous. That's so disturbing.
Yeah, delicious. It's a delicacy. That would be the most disgusting thing I've ever consumed. I think.
Nice. At least it was like meant for human consumption, though. That's good.
I guess so. Yeah.
My sisters convinced me that a piece of soap was chocolate, and I took a huge bite when I was like 6,
Pranked.
and I was so mad.
Yeah, that taste would stick with you. Did you realize pretty much immediately, or did you chew on it a little bit?
I feel like I got a few bites deep,
Yeah.
because you just like are like, "Nom, nom, nom, nom." And yeah, it was gross.
Were you swearing too much?
No.
That's not why.
No, I was a good kid.
Okay.
Yeah, I wasn't getting drunk at 11. I'll tell you that much.
I don't think I've ever seen brown soap before. Did they say it was white chocolate, or did they?
It was like fancy soap. Like it wasn't like a bar of soap. It was like it looked like a shell or
Oh,
something.
okay. Yeah, right.
Like decorative soap.
Nice decorative soap.
And I don't actually even know if it was brown. I think it might have been purple, but it kind of had like a candy aesthetic to it.
Yeah,
Right.
right.
And they were like, try this.
When you're 5, it's like if somebody says this is chocolate, you're not gonna. You haven't been burned by the world yet.
No.
You're gonna believe them.
No. Yeah, I was innocent.
So Emily, how did you get into comedy, and what led you to traveling to Austin and getting your name drawn?
I started doing comedy in my final year of university, and I kind of just felt like I was like, God damn, I have nothing going for me. I guess I'll give this a go. And I don't know. I'm kind of an angry person, so I would just like write, and I would write a lot, and like end up spiraling, like angry spiraling, and so then I just kind of tried to make jokes out of the anger, and then I guess I went. But it's funny because I was talking to my uncle about it at Christmas. I was like, yeah, I want to do I really want to do stand-up comedy, and all this going into it, talking about all my inspirations, and then he just stops me midway, and he's like, I don't believe you. Because if you wanted to do it, you would have already done it by now. You haven't like Googled any open mics coming up. Like, what are you doing? And you're just talking about it. So then I was like, fuck you. I like Googled an open mic, and it went really well. I was like, holy shit, this feels like, I don't know, being on stage was just really fun. I really liked it, and so decided to do it again. And then COVID happened, and I only did 2 sets in 2020, and then I just wrote for a bunch. Went out to Banff and didn't write at all, just chilled, straight chilled. and then when I came into Whistler, then I kind of started doing it again, and just thoroughly enjoyed myself. And I figured Austin was the best place to actually get better at the craft, because you can go to multiple open mics like a night. You can do like 2 or 3 in a night, and it's kind of like a job there. Just really, I don't know. That's actually what I want to do. So when I was in Austin, I was like, fuck, man. I'm actually doing it now. I feel like a fraud when I'm in Whistler, because I only go up like once or twice a month, actually. There's a weekly open mic, but I don't have new material every week. So Austin's good for just kind of like motivating me to write more and actually be on stage more.
What is it like doing stand-up in Whistler? I got pretty excited when I heard you were living in Whistler. I'm like, no way. And she killed it. This is awesome. Wait, what? Where does she perform? And then you said you did like a power hour, so I Googled it. Is it at the warehouse?
It's, no.
Okay.
Does Ferns have an open mic?
That's what Google told me.
Damn. I don't think so. I think that'd be a tough crowd. That'd be a tough crowd.
Oh
to
yeah, I
perform in front
mean,
of.
can't even hear anything
Yeah,
in there.
nobody would be
Yeah,
paying
everybody's-
attention to you.
Oh.
I feel judged every time I go in there. But yeah, it's at RMU, which is in Upper Village.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
It's
Been
a
there once, yeah.
groovy spot. It's kind of nice. Like I feel like there's probably like 6 or 7 comics in Whistler, but every week it's usually just like one or 2 people that go up. And yeah, no, it's actually pretty fun. Like before the comedy power hour, then there's like a music thing, so that kind of that brings the crowd in, and then Monty goes up and he's like, all right guys, this is spoken word / comedy section, so now you got to like sit and listen. And then it's usually a pretty full room, which is good. it feels very intimate, almost too intimate. You can see everybody's face, like, so I kind of like it when it's dark and you can't see anybody at all. But yeah, it's a nice spot. Monty's fucking fantastic. He's the host. He hosts like karaoke and another like jam night. He's a musician as well.
Oh, okay. He's not the owner of the restaurant.
No.
Oh, okay.
Might as well be though. He he owns all of he goes all around with Whistler, like to all the bars. He kind of has like a like I think that's he kind of makes it his job, like to perform around Whistler, which is cool.
Interesting. We'll have to track down Monty.
Yeah.
See him in action.
Monty Biggins, baby.
So what do Whistlerites like to laugh? Do people in Whistler?
Yeah, they're great. They're like the other day, then a guy went up after me and he wasn't doing comedy. He just like was straight up talking. He was unloading on the crowd for like 15, 20 minutes.
Was his name Kaz?
No.
Okay, we have a friend named Kaz.
He lives in Whistler.
Yeah, does he like to unload?
Yeah.
On strangers?
Yeah, that's what he's known for.
Not on stages, but
certain stages. But yeah, no. He like talked for 15, 20 minutes and everybody was just listening so intently and like really just a nice crowd, you know? So whenever you're fucking up, then you can't ever blame it on the audience. It's always you. It's great.
Is it a lot of like Australians and Europeans that are just stoked and drunk?
It's a bit of an older crowd. Like
Okay.
it's kind of like people who are living in Whistler, who have been living, they probably have a house in Whistler.
Oh,
you know,
okay.
they're not just like renting they're not sharing their bedroom with 3 other people.
So stone's throw away from the Fairmont. People
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
look for something to do.
Yeah.
Maybe in between mini golf and the trampoline jumping
Yeah.
thing.
I always wanted to do that. I always wanted to do a flip on one of those things, but I don't have the balls.
Oh, you got to do it.
I gotta do it.
I'm too scared to flip.
I think I did a double as a young boy. on
Damn.
That thing.
Remember our
I
friend?
love that thing.
Remember our friend Lucas just sessioning that trampoline?
Oh, yeah.
In Silver Star. Oof, it was wild.
Get one of those. You get one of those in the
Do you ever
studio.
have like someone and you don't know that they have a skill set and then they're just casually like, oh yeah, I can do this, and then you're like, what? And you just look at them differently.
Holy shit, it's Jason Bourne.
yeah, that's how I felt with Lucas because he's such an unassuming guy. Also lives in Whistler.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I guess you kind of told the story. You wanted to go to Austin, so way to just start doing it.
Yeah. That's what I got this tattoo for. It just says, "Just do it," you know. Just a little.
It's a Nike.
Oh, there it
Yeah,
is.
Nike symbol.
Is that a stick and poke?
Yeah. All my tattoos are stick and pokes. I don't have the money yet to get a real tattoo, but I've got ideas. I bought a design when I was like 17 off a guy for $80, and I still haven't got a tattoo to my body because it's gonna cost like $2,000 to $3,000 probably.
Oh, my goodness.
It's gonna be a big back piece, but it's kind of good because it's like, well, now it's been 8 years and I still really want it. So that means that, you know.
Wait,
I
is
won't
it
regret it.
going to be the same as like Ben Affleck's back tattoo?
Yeah, it's gonna be a giant phoenix.
I went to Phoenix, too. Why is it always a phoenix on the back?
I don't know. That tattoo is wild.
Yeah,
That's going to be a
real-
Steve-O. It's going to
It's
be your
real
own
midlife
face.
crisis. Yeah, your own face.
With a thumbs up.
Like, imagine just getting somebody else's, just choosing somebody else's face to get on your back, and you don't even know, you don't have to know them.
We know someone that
Yeah?
did this.
Yeah, our friend. So he's a YouTube creator. He has a channel called Discovering Connection.
Discover Connection.
Discover Connection.
Yeah.
Brooke's going to pull it up, I guess. He did a video where the concept was asking a stranger to tattoo each other's face on their legs or on their body.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And he did it.
He found a guy.
He did it. He found a guy. The guy was like an MMA dude. I think he's like a pretty big dude. And I think in the process, his parents disowned him. His
They were
parents
not.
were very
They were not
upset.
stoked. They were not stoked.
Oh, it has 300,000 views now. Okay, that's good.
Oh, there's Andrew.
Yeah, we gotta see the reveal here.
Oh, it's Michael Dan.
Oh yeah, we got lots of familiar faces in
Oh,
this.
it's Brody. Oh.
I would. Where? Show it. Gosh, show it. Did they blur it out? Is it blurred out for? Or oh no, that's like his parents or something. Okay, all right. Well, anyways, it's been done.
It's been done.
It's been done.
I think.
yeah,
There it
there's
is.
the face.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, cute.
That's his face.
If it were like a well done tattoo, I mean, and it were free, then I would definitely. I'd do that on the back of my calf or something.
I think it was blurred. That was his parents on
Mhm.
FaceTime, and his parents were like, you're an idiot or something like that. I'm sorry, Brad. We love you and we love your videos, but just putting you on blast here.
Oh, it's a sick tattoo.
Yeah, it is really well done.
Kind of a funny story as well. I don't know. I don't really see the. Like, I mean, it's cool if you want your tattoos to have meaning, but I don't see any reason for them to like all be like, oh, this one means this. And
I feel like the tattoo having meaning is the equivalent of someone being like, oh, you like that band? Name 5 songs.
Yeah,
like it's kind of like just fucking chill. Let people live their life.
Yeah.
Oh, you mountain bike? Name one trick.
Just a little
Exactly.
design.
All right, shall we watch this Kill Tony set? We wanted to run it back, and then we wanted to talk about it and ask you a million questions. I'm a
Groovy.
big fan of the show. I was excited.
I don't know if Matt likes anything as much as he likes Kill Tony.
Yeah, we can
yeah.
talk about it later.
One more time for Emily, everybody. Come on.
Have any of you ever heard of the paradox of choice? It's the concept where the more options you're given, the harder time you'll have making a decision, the less happy you'll be with the decision you do make in the end. I learned about this phenomenon on Reddit, but I didn't truly understand what it meant until I found myself halfway down the 14th page of Pornhub. Hey, if any of you ever find yourself on the 14th page of Pornhub, here's a tip. Start over. Lower your standards, head back to square one. There's nothing for you here, okay? It's a goddamn no man's land. You get to page 14 and you got even the algorithm confused. It's like, Jesus Christ, you didn't like any of that? I'm a big fan of pornography. I guess I do have a couple of qualms, though, a couple of boners to pick. And look, I know it's cliche to say, I'm not trying to beat off a dead horse here. I just think it deserves to be said again. These bleached assholes have really gotten out of hand, people. I mean, I just want to know, who looks at a butthole and thinks, you know what that needs to be? It's prettier. I'm joking, we all think that every time we see one. Thank you so much.
Emily. That's one of my favorite sets of the night right there.
You really got me at the end there. I was like, what? Of course a butthole needs to. Oh, she got me. Oh, she got me good. That was great. Congratulations.
I didn't realize how breathy I was there. I was like,
Were you nervous?
that's really. I wasn't so much. I mean, a little bit nervous, but it was more just that. But like before you go up, there's a whole I don't know, kilometer you got to run up on before you go on the stage.
Yeah, people are always complaining about that.
Yeah, it's a bit, and like it's just, you know, you get like kind of patted down. You got to make sure you don't have any phones or iPod, like any recording devices on you. And then you go up to another guy, and he like kind of makes sure you don't have any, like he does like a little, you know, metal detector thing to make sure you're not going to kill anybody on stage. Oh yes, yeah, I guess
Especially not Tony. You're a bit on the nose.
But yeah, no, it was a bit. It was a long run up, and I kind of just didn't expect to be on stage at all that night. I was just feeling like shit and really kind of burnt out. My buddy was like, "Well, if you leave now and your name gets called, you'll hate yourself for forever. So just stay." And I was like, "Thank you, Ridge, for saying that."
Okay, so let's explain the concept of the show for those people who might not know. Do you want to explain it?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, just Tony, good old Tony. He brings on a guest, like a famous guest, and then they sit there. It's kind of like a little panel, and then somebody they pick names out of a bucket, and basically you go up and you do 1 minute of comedy. And if you go to a minute, you get the meow. If you go past that, you get the wild Californian bear. And
West Hollywood bear.
West Hollywood bear, thank you. And I'm fucking it up already.
The East Hastings bear. If he didn't play 2 shows in Vancouver, actually. I wonder what he said. I wonder if he said something different.
Oh yeah.
Who?
They had 2. What? Huh? What? Are you pranking me? They had 2 shows in Vancouver.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, and then you just kind of go up there and hope that they like you. I kind of was looking forward to getting roasted a little bit more. I like when I first started watching this show. I loved the cringe content, and I loved the roasting. I started watching it when I was in university, and I had like even lower self-esteem, and so I would just watch it solely for the cringe content. I didn't want people to succeed. And then now it's like it's nice to see people succeed. Also, it's kind of cool because like the Austin comedy scene is so tight knit that like you'll see the same people on every single night at different open mics. So then when you actually get to see them on stage, it's like, oh sweet, like that's Joe's set or that's Winston's set. He did really well. Like it's kind of fun watching people succeed on there then.
Did you explain that there's an interview portion as well?
Oh yeah, I didn't understand.
Oh yeah. So after the 60 seconds, then they do an interview, and this is the opportunity where Tony takes to just ask the most ridiculous questions, usually about sex life. Often asked, "What's your weirdest, most interesting thing about you?" And it's usually very entertaining. And it seems like in the room, more people enjoy when the comedians do bad than good. And I love the cringe.
Yeah, yeah.
I feel like when I put you guys onto the show too, I feel like you guys couldn't deal with the cringe.
Yeah, I have like mixed feelings about it. It reminds me of when I used to watch American Idol back in the day, and it was like the people that were bad, like I didn't like it. But also those people, I felt bad for them too.
I think that it's like a psychopath trait to to enjoy cringe content. Like my brother is like he he can't watch The Office because it's too like the cringe content.
Right.
The cringe is.
But I love like The Office. I love Nathan For You and like.
Do you like the British Office though? Because that's like even more cringe.
Yeah,
that's okay. But I guess it's like it's harmless cringe.
But it's
all
also
acting.
scripted.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Whereas
I've never heard it described as cringe. The Office.
Oh yeah.
I think
in which way?
That's a huge thing.
Like Michael Scott's character is like always trying. Like he's
he's super embarrassing.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess I can understand that. And there's also no music, I think. So it's kind of like
true.
dead air a lot of the time.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, people can't take that like tension.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's kind of why like the British Office only ran for 1 or 2 seasons because people couldn't handle it. It's so bleak, you know. Like at least with the American Office, and they do still have a happy ending. They've got a romance side plot. Like at the end of each episode, you do end up feeling good. And with the British Office, then they just were like, "Fuck you! You don't have to. You don't feel good."
Yeah, it wears you down a little more.
Yeah, but I like both of them. But definitely could only probably watch 2 seasons of the British one.
It's funny you mentioned that you're an angry person, and I feel like having just met you, you don't seem that angry. But then when I saw your set, I could like feel that energy more because like I watched your set a few weeks ago when Matt sent it to us, and I'm like, okay, yeah, I see it now.
Yeah.
Where it's like even you talking about Pornhub, you're like ugh. Like your whole like kind of like onstage persona is a bit more like grumpy.
Yeah. I really like Bill Hicks and Doug Stanhope. I like people that complain on stage, you know.
Yeah.
I'm a complainer, so it's but try not to be, because I feel like I can be a bit of a dark cloud, and then all of a sudden like when I've like said like 3 things in a row that are negative, I'm like, all right, I'm like, we gotta cool it. Let's talk about some rainbows.
Yeah. Dave's looking at me. He knows what I'm gonna say.
No, I don't.
Oh, you don't? Okay. Dave taught me the compliment sandwich, which is kind of like how I took that to heart.
Okay.
And I can be a ball of negativity sometimes, I feel like. But you know, you basically you just squish something nice in between 2 negative things, and at least you're trying.
Yeah.
No.
Well, I said it very short.
No, you said it wrong.
I said it what?
You do 2 compliments and then 1.
Well, I've been doing it wrong then. I'm still a dark cloud, I guess.
Because you start positive and you end positive.
Oh, okay.
No, you start
Compliment
negative and negative.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been.
You build them up just to break them back down again.
Although
piece of shit.
in your defense, it's maybe a poor name because the sandwich isn't named after the bread, which is on the outsides.
Yeah.
Right? It's not. It's not like a multi-grain sandwich.
There you go.
It's a salami sandwich, which is in the middle.
That's
Incisive.
Thank you.
Incisive perspective.
Yeah, it's gonna be the start of my Kill Tony set.
Yeah. So did you have obviously you had that prepared. Did you have any, like, I've always wondered how an average comedian prepares for 60 seconds up there. Are they like reading the room, or are they just basically reading a script in their head?
Yeah, I had 2 sets that I was like thinking about doing, and then I kind of just ended up going with the one I felt most comfortable with. That was like the first, the paradox of choice joke was my first ever joke that I did on stage. And so it kind of just feels very comfortable.
First ever joke you did on stage. Wow.
But then I added like the beat off a dead horse bit like a year later. But totally forgot what else I was saying. I'm sorry.
Oh,
you had a second set.
Oh yeah, I had a second set. But then I kind of like, one was dirty, like with all pornography shit. One was not dirty at all. And I just ended up thinking, I was like, ah, fuck it. I think the Kill Tony crowd will appreciate like a dirtier.
Oh yeah.
Set. One more.
I think too, like it was a good opportunity for you to like show off personality, and then you're kind of like, you know, throwing people off, and then you're like getting puns in there. So it had like a lot of things in a short amount of time. Whereas I could imagine ones that don't do so well, it's like you're not demonstrating that much.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
So it's like, and it felt like you were moving through it maybe faster than you would normally. Right.
Totally. Yeah.
So
Well, I like the paradox choice too because it's pretty relatable. I feel like we always say analysis paralysis. We're sometimes trying to analyze all the options so much and to the point where we just can't make a decision at all. It just kills us.
Yeah,
And then
absolutely.
whatever you've chosen is like you said it best.
So many different paths to go down. Yeah, that's kind of how I feel with like moving around. Like I feel like there's nothing necessarily. I work as a server, so I don't really have to live anywhere in particular. So then it kind of makes you feel like just whatever you're doing is the wrong thing because it's like, oh, well, you could go there instead. You should. I really want to like live abroad for a while, and I know that when my parents were my age, then they were off in Sierra Leone, like living in really cool places, and I'm not doing that. So I feel kind of, like I'm lacking in that area, but then also I'm like, well, okay, I do have something that I want to do. I want to do stand-up. So I kind of have been trying to like let that guide where I'm going to be living the next little while. I don't know, guide my choices a little bit more.
you won't regret trying to do the stand-up.
No.
Right. So like,
And I can always I can always go like abroad when I'm 30 or 40.
Yeah.
I don't have to go right now.
exactly.
Yeah.
I always felt like I was in a rush because like I went
Yeah.
to university and I remember I graduated at like 22, almost 23, and I was like, I'm behind. Like I always just felt behind, and now I'm like, what was I in a rush for?
I know,
Like,
it's such a
what the
funny
hell?
thing. It's such a funny, yeah.
And now I'm like 34, and I'm like nowhere. I'm just fucking here.
Yeah. There's no like actual race. There's nowhere where you have to be. Like,
Yeah.
you kind of like get this idea in your head where it's like, oh, I gotta be climbing this fucking ladder, and it's like then you're like, wait, what ladder? The ladder doesn't exist.
Yeah.
You're just in a field somewhere.
Yeah, you got to be mindful. You got to look back and see how far you've come, even if it's just a little bit. Got to appreciate.
Yeah.
Appreciate. So I want to know more about the performance here. What's it like in the back alley with all of those comics? Like, is everybody like anxious, like, or is it just good vibes? Is everybody happy? I know a lot of like people are selling food, selling some drugs.
Yeah. It smells like piss back there, so that's one thing. Yeah. If
Are
you,
people pissing? Like right in front of you, or is it at night? I guess.
I mean, not right in front of you, but like they're not
Just
like,
letting it rip.
Yeah. They usually face a wall, but yeah, it all kind of it's kind of divots, so it all leads
Oh,
back
God.
to the middle part. Yeah, if you don't want to step on anything wet there, but it's a pretty chill environment. I don't know. It's kind of nice whenever you go up on whenever your name gets called, then all the comics are like clapping and they're like woohoo, good luck. So that's fun. It kind of depends. Like I try to just kind of put my nose in my journal and just like not. I just don't want to talk really to people because that'll just kind of get my nerves going, or it'll make me feel like I have to drink. So then I'll just I don't know. If I'm trying to stay away from alcohol, then I stay away from people as well.
That's the demise of so many comics. They get drunk back there, they're on stage, and they make an ass of
Yeah.
themselves. Which is great cringe content.
Yeah. The one guy that went up at the first show at the Mothership,
Yeah.
I can't remember what his name was. I think Giovanni or something. But he was absolutely sloshed.
Oh,
He
yeah.
was getting into fights. So like there were two guys in the back, both selling beers. Like he was one of them. And I guess he was like, "This is my territory. You
No
can't
way.
sell your beers here."
Selling beers.
And I wasn't in the back alley for that one. I bought a ticket for the show that time because my buddy was also in Austin at that point. So he was like, "Oh, it's my last week here. Let's buy a ticket. Let's splurge." And it was worth it. It was a comedy Mothership was like a really snazzy spot. It's a fun time. I recommend going.
Wait, so how many times did you alley it before you got on?
Well, the first time that I went, then I went it was at the Vulcan still, and so you kind of go into the pig pen, and that was kind of nice because like you get to you I don't know, you get to hear the inside jokes. So if you do get called on stage, then you can kind of call back and you can like make references to the past hour or whatever when you're in and then the next time that I did the alley, like the first show, and then I think that I got on the second time because they started adding in an extra show. Like they did like a Sunday one and a Monday one, so I got it on the Sunday pop-up one. Just lucky, but I think I lucked out because I'm a chick. So like if you're a woman, then you have pretty much like it goes from 1 in 200 chance to 1 in 15.
Oh,
chance.
when he drew your name, was he looking for a woman, or?
I thought so.
Okay.
Because it's usually it's usually the last one. It's usually like, all right, like we haven't had any females on, so then let's like, you know, draw until we find one. Like a couple of my buddies were like, how'd you get on? Like, they lucked out in your third week, and I was like, well, just just change your name to be like, instead of Eric, make it Erica.
Fun fact.
I don't think he would like that. I don't think Tony would appreciate that.
I think he would hate that.
Yeah.
That's why Jamie Foxx named himself Jamie Foxx. His real name is Eric Bishop, and he figured that he would have a better chance of getting up on stage as a stand-up if his name was gender ambiguous.
That's so smart.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that works. It works in your favor. People are like, oh, it's like, it must suck to be like a woman in comedy. It's like, no, it rocks. I'd much rather be a chick in comedy than a dude. It kind of like automatically, you're like not less like competition, but like, it's not a competition, but you know, just kind of like, if you are trying to get up on stage somewhere and they need a chick, then well, you're probably gonna you'll have more of a chance of getting pulled up. It's like same with the open mics there. You know, you a lot of them are like just you put your name in a basket, and then they choose 15 or 20 comics like at the end of right before the show starts. And if you have a chick name, or if my last name's Qureshi, so that works to my benefit as well. They're like, hey, let's get some diversity. And like, then I come up and they're like, oh, just another white bitch, get off the stage.
Qureshi, yeah. What's the background of that name?
It's Pakistani.
Pakistani.
Yeah.
Really interesting.
My dad's half Pakistani, half German, and my mom's Welsh.
Oh wow.
Bit of a mutt.
Wow. So you also, I noticed there was a photo, you're friends with the comedian who sells popsicle sticks and writes jokes on the popsicle sticks. I don't know his name.
Joven
That
Asfali.
guy's quite funny.
Yeah, he's great. He's I like his personality. We've got the same style too. So like a couple of times, and we would like just see each other out, and be like, God damn, I want to let's trade wardrobes. I want those pants.
I feel like he became sweatpant guy last time he was on. He was wearing sweatpants and he had like a wallet and phone and all of his crap in his.
Yeah, he does have a lot of pockets. He's got a lot of pockets. They're always full, but when he's not wearing track pants, that's usually when I like his pants.
Okay,
yeah.
that makes sense. Nice. Did you make quite a few friends in your time down there?
Yeah. I'm really looking forward to going back. So there were just like so many. I don't know. Just I don't know. I don't really know what I was expecting. I've never been in any sort of comedy scene before, so I guess I was expecting to be a little bit more nerve-wracking, but they're also welcoming. You know, it just kind of like I went to my first night, then I went to Creek and Cave. Then I had watched a few of the sets, and then basically the comics that I thought were the funniest, I went to the back area and I was like, all right, I want to be friends with you. I want to be friends with you. Nice. And then, so yeah, Winston was like my first friend, and then made a couple of groovy pals there.
Vancouver is infamous for being mean. Like, people are mean. They're
Cold.
not friendly. Cold. Yeah. Like, they don't look at you on the street. They don't.
Yeah.
People are.
We're awkward.
I feel like people don't even give you the wave when you let them pass on the
I
road
always
now.
give the
Oh,
wave.
that's audacious. Yeah. I always got to give the wave.
Yeah.
Do you notice? I mean, you've only spent 3 days in Vancouver. But
Yeah.
Have you experienced any of that, or are people generally friendly?
I haven't experienced any meanness. No.
Other than the bus driver. Wouldn't let you in the
Yeah.
subway.
God, he was
That was
aggressive.
a guy in Whistler, though.
Yeah. Well, I think that he's based out of Vancouver.
Oh, okay. Well, then fuck him.
I imagine he'd be a lot more chill if he were a Whistler, right? But yeah, no, it's kind of funny because like there's always that thing about Canadians being super nice. I feel like we're like a corporate nice, you know? It's
it's a polite thing,
Yeah.
not necessarily like a nice.
It's not actually kind. I feel like whenever I go to the States, I'm like astounded by just how freaking kind and welcoming people are, you know? Like New York City has the rap of it being, you know, all a bunch of assholes. Meanwhile, it's like you stop somebody you're like, hey, do you know where this place is? Like, can you help me out? And then they'll take the time of day and they'll help you. I mean, most people actually do take the time of day. But yeah, no, I find Americans to be really friendly and Canadians to be friendly, but also sometimes they just kind of have that, like, they want to be friendly, like, so that it's like I don't know, so they're safe.
I think Canadians are more reserved. And so like you don't get those like flare-ups of someone like yelling at you like you might get in New York or whatever, but then you also don't get the like outward niceness that's
Right.
as loud. So they're loud in both directions, the Americans.
Okay, I can actually, yeah, no, I see what you're saying there.
Yeah.
My friend who works at like a tourism thing in Whistler as well, he says that Americans are the quickest to flip their switch. So they'll come in really nice, and then as soon as like if somebody's running late or the tour's gonna be moved to this day because it's raining, then they get like really angry real fast.
Yeah,
So-
it's like things are on their terms. So
an-
they're going to be
yeah.
like really helpful and nice on their terms. But then if things don't go well, it's like, hey, well, fuck you, bud.
Yeah.
Like, whereas Canadians, we're kind of just in the middle.
Yeah,
We're
yeah,
just like,
down the line.
not too nice, not too mean.
So what's the process after you perform? They just kick you out in the back to the piss alley?
Back to the piss alley, baby. They gave me a gel. They gave everybody a gel blaster, but I didn't get
Wait, what's
to
that?
use it even. It's a gun.
It's
with
what their sponsor, man. How much do they make enough gel blasters?
Wait, describe it more. What is a gel blaster?
So you put these little like pellets into like water, and they kind of absorb all the water. It's really they look like fish eggs. I want to swim in them. To be honest, I was like, I don't even care for the gun. I just want to swim in these beautiful little pellets. And then I didn't get to use it because
I don't believe it. I don't think you're doing it. If you wanted to swim in pellets, you'd be buying an aquarium.
buying
You'd
it?
be filling it up. I haven't seen you Googling how to swim in.
Matt pulls off his mask and he's your uncle.
It's basically a Nerf gun, but
This
it's
is
like
what it is?
tiny paintballs that don't explode.
yeah. But I just didn't want to use them. I was renting a place, so I didn't want to use it inside. And then I was curious, like, if the things are biodegradable or if like
Yeah.
a bird's gonna eat it, will it just implode? I don't know.
Probably.
I just want to know how like which producer, which ad guy on the show is like, hey Tony, I found us a sponsor. You're gonna. Maybe it started because Tony has this. He used to have this golden gun or it was like a handgun or something.
Yeah.
There's a handgun on his desk, and then I guess at one point someone must have
I guess
was working at
the
that.
kill angle, like you kill your
Yeah.
opponents. I don't know.
The handgun was quite cool, and then it turned into this like Nerf gun thing.
Right.
I don't know. I mean, it's fine. I want to shoot one of those.
Hey,
things.
if they want to sponsor this podcast,
Yeah. You know what, Emily? Last podcast, I was drinking an yerba mate, and I started talking about my yerba mate. Jason referred to me as yerba mate, Dennison.
yeah, the joke's right there.
And less than a week later, we got an email from yerba mate. They're like, we're going to set you up with yerba mate in your fridge.
Yeah.
So any beverages you'd like to shout out on the podcast? Your favorite
Absolutely.
Nerf gun?
Lucky. Well, we already shut out Lucky.
Lucky. They got to be
Hopefully
listening.
we'll get sponsored by Lucky. Yeah, that'd be ideal. That'd be dangerous for me actually. I don't think I'd want to be sponsored by them.
Yeah, you'd have to get a sponsor in a different way
Yeah.
afterwards.
If we land the Lucky sponsorship in this podcast, we'll give you a couple flats. Don't worry about it. So they just kick you right out. How you feeling after that?
It felt good. It's so funny though, because like I just don't like feel very good about myself most of the time. Like I feel really good about myself on stage, and then as soon as it's done, it's just done.
Right, yeah.
And I'm just like, usually, I mean, that time like I feel like it went okay. There were a couple of jokes in like during the interview process that I didn't like, that I tried to make but I missed. So I was like, usually my mind just goes directly to what I fucked up on. So yeah, no, it was kind of like that. And then my buddy was like, how are you not like more stoked? Like, how are you? You seem so calm. I was like, yeah, I don't know. I just don't. I feel like I don't get very excited. It sucks. Like I don't want to get excited about these things, but yeah, I just don't. I feel like the excitement is not within me.
How are you at receiving gifts? Because I'm terrible at it.
Yeah, I'm pretty bad as well.
I'm always like, thank you. Like I don't know how to process it
No,
or show positive emotion.
And it's
pretty shit.
yeah. I like Oh, speaking of gifts, I got you guys.
Oh my God, I can't believe it. This is amazing. Sorry, I'm
You
just
could
trying, am I overdoing it?
Choose a hand.
Is this a,
Left or right?
This is a
I'll take the right
this
because
is
it's
a
already
roach.
here.
There are roaches in both hands, let's be honest.
Aw.
Oh,
It's a unicorn.
It's no way. You got a unicorn? I got a little
Are
bear.
these from Banff?
This is the best.
No, they're from a toy store in
Nice.
my favorite toy store. Oh, look at those.
Can
So
you?
cute.
We don't have the ability
Wait,
to
where's
zoom in on this
that?
podcast,
Yeah.
but you can barely see it.
They're so well made. Like I love them. I've got a little collection of them at home. Well, I used to. I tend to give them away.
We just bought a little squirrel that's 3 times as big as this.
Yeah.
At Flyover Canada. This is great. Thank you, Emily. I'm gonna put it right here.
Oh, look, there's a mama.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Let's put them together where they belong.
They belong together.
Yeah, you can place them there. That's fantastic. First gift we've ever received on the podcast? Man, this podcast just keeps giving back.
Yeah. Yeah, we used to give gifts and then we just stopped.
Look at that.
Just right before I came on, they just
Yeah,
started.
we're
They're
like,
yeah,
this
Emily
is the
doesn't deserve
episode.
it.
Isn't this the most adorable thing you've ever seen? Two little Mises just hanging out.
A couple of me's.
So so you also were invited to do the secret show. I've always been curious of like what that process is. It's just it's a paid show. It's like
I didn't get paid. For
you didn't get paid.
No, I don't. I don't really like when people are like, "Oh, I'll pay you for this show," because then I feel like I'd rather do it just do it for free, and then if I do well, you can pay me. But I don't want the pressure of like, it's like, okay, I got to be worth $100 now. But yeah, the secret show, it wasn't my strongest set for sure. I was really nervous. I was up in like the green room area for a while, and I was kind of like just trying to keep up. I think with everybody, I don't know, having beers and stuff. So I had like probably three Lone Stars, which they're tall boys. And I just like I usually have like a 1.5 drink limit before I go on
We're
stage.
talking Texas, so those tall boys are probably massive.
Yeah, but they're also 2% in the States.
Big boys.
2%.
No, I'm just kidding.
The Lone Star basically it's water pretty much.
Yeah.
But I think the nerves got to me, and then I also, when I went up on stage and I did like all my friends were like, no, you got to do your minute like you did on Kill Tony. You have to do that during the secret show because that's what they hired you for.
Right. Okay.
So I opened with that, and it didn't go very well at all. So then I was like, it was like dead silence. So that kind of threw me off, and then I think that it just made me lose my rhythm. I didn't feel very chill anymore. So I did like 7 minutes instead of 8 minutes. And yeah, I wasn't very happy with myself. I actually haven't seen the video back though. My friend did record it. I didn't ask her to. I asked her not to actually. I think it's illegal. But she ended up like secretly recording. And I won't use any of the clips. I'll just use it for my own like kind of, research on myself or analysis of myself. But it did not go very strongly, unfortunately. Which is unfortunate because Andrew Schultz was there, Mark Gagnon was there. Obviously, you want to like do well for Red Band because it's his show as well.
Is he there watching?
Yeah, he does. He's there watching, and he like hanging out in the green room, and he also is like he does a set as well. He kind of uses that to. I think I was on Reddit and I saw that he kind of uses that to like workshop material as well.
Knowing you now, you probably did better than you think.
Thank you.
You probably did all right. Well, yeah, I've always been curious about that because, if someone does well on the show in their 60 seconds, Brian Redman, the producer, and this, he's like the guy who started the Joe Rogan podcast. Like he's guest number one. They refer to him as the Podfather, although there's like 4 people out there that are referred to as the Podfather. So I'm not sure who actually started it. But anyways, Tony always gets really excited. He goes, "Oh, you just got booked on a real paid gig."
Does he say paid?
I thought he said paid. I thought he said at one point there was like
maybe they were gonna pay me, and then they saw how shit I did. They were like, "No, never mind.
Not worth $100.
Not worth $100.
Give me that tiny moose back. So how is this? Because you have been experiencing the Kill Tony bump.
Sorry?
The Kill Tony bump. Have you not heard of this yet?
No, I have not heard about this. What is this?
Well, if you do well on Kill Tony, I guess even if you do poorly, you get a lot of attention. I was watching some of your other sets. I checked out your YouTube channel.
Oh,
we were trying to find material.
That's my YouTube channel's bad.
Well, you said you love cringe content, so
Yeah, right.
and there's you probably don't even know then. There's people leaving comments on your stuff, and they're like,
oh shit, I didn't know that. What?
Someone said like, "Oh, you're experiencing the Kill Tony bump. Keep going."
Wow, I didn't. I got to go on my YouTube channel then.
And delete everything.
Yeah, delete it all. Fuck me. What do I have on there? Yeah, I remember it has like my first, or my second set on there, which was a pretty rough set as well. It was all just about horsecock, and the guy who died via horsecock. So I had just recently seen that video, and I was like, how are more people not talking about this? This is traumatizing. So I had to get it out there. I had to get more people to look it up. Did you ever see Mr.
Spread
Hands?
the awareness. Sorry, what now?
The video of Mr. Hands?
No.
It's like live leak video of a dude dying.
I never saw this one.
Yeah,
I've seen some messed
Getting
up stuff.
fucked by a horse.
So basically, yeah, I got fucked by a horse. Basically, it was like a thing in Idaho or something, where a bunch of it was a farm, or a bunch of zoophiliacs. I think that's what they're called.
Ooh, is that when you're like into animals?
Yeah, yeah. Animals are inside you, or into you. But yeah, no. So basically, this guy, they were all kind of taking turns with the horse and with various other farm animals, I'm guessing. And then this guy got unlucky, and he basically like died via internal bleeding, and they dropped him. They dropped him off at the emergency room. And they just drove away, which is just the funniest image to me. Like a group of
But it was in a horse-drawn carriage.
Yeah.
He murdered.
No horse-drawn carriage. Yeah, those are all over listable. So, but and then he just dies, and it's not a happy ending to the story.
Well, for the horse, it might have been.
Yeah. He's like, God damn, I was tight.
Yeah, I can't. Oh, yeah, I can't handle like really gnarly videos like that.
It
like,
wasn't
I avoid them.
There wasn't like any blood. It was a black and white video, which made it worse somehow. But it was,
Hand cranked.
Yeah. One guy's just the one guy, Randall. He's not even a horse. He doesn't even like fucking horses. He just likes to videotape it. He's like,
I'll be hand cranking in the corner if you need me.
Yeah, exactly.
He's like, yeah, cuckold for that's some sort of farm cuckold. But yeah, there wasn't too much. It wasn't too graphic. It was just like, I guess since you know he dies, then it's a terrible video to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like you're not a psychopath. That's a good thing.
Thank
You don't like cringe content. You don't like violent.
Well, I like the certain
good.
cringe. Wait, what?
He's a psychopath.
Yeah, I'm a piece of shit. Don't worry.
In other ways, yeah. So I feel like a lot of content, a lot of your jokes are dirty. They're about porn, and at some point in the show,
We're gonna
you
watch
were referring
porn.
to yeah. Pull that up. You referred to your favorite type of porn, which is which is.
It's just some good old lazy sex on the chick's part. Usually.
Did you say free use?
Free use, yeah. It's like
Wait. Dave's got a guess.
Oh yeah, guess.
Oh, I gotta guess what it is.
Yeah.
You said lazy. When I heard free use, I just thought it was like organically sourced porn or something. Like it sounds like
free range porn.
When she said it, yeah, you taught me too. What the heck that was? I mean, I'm aware of it, but I didn't know there was a term for it. Mm-hmm. I thought it was like copyright infringement thing, fair use or whatever. I like fair use. Yeah, I like legally downloaded. No, but
that's all I go for.
So what was your guess?
That was my guess.
Okay, well, you're wrong.
Well, no, he's right, actually. I only go, no, it's basically somebody's just lying there, and then it's like consensual non-consent.
Okay.
So
sure.
It's a kind of a pre-agreement that whenever this person, whoever you're with, your partner's horny, then they can just pretty much use you.
Free use,
use
got
your
it.
body.
And I loved in the show, you were like, you're just sitting there, you're on your DS. And it's funny because in the last couple shows, I kept trying to refer to a Nintendo Switch, but I keep saying Nintendo DS.
Yeah.
Nintendo DS. When someone has sex with you when you're playing Nintendo DS, Dave.
Mm-hmm. I've got a DS back at home, actually. I only have 3 games for it, but it is a lovely little thing. I just never invested. I'm not like much of a gamer, so all I need is Mario Party and Are You Smarter Than a 5th Grader?
Super free use bros is a good game.
What's the third game?
Brain games.
Oh, okay.
Or Brain.
Those are good games.
It's called Brain Age. It's yeah. when I was younger, then I would get like, age of like 50, and now I'm like reverted down to like 7. And then they're like, God damn, you have no attention span and no memory. What's going on?
Did you ever have a Cooking Mama on your DS?
No.
Is that your favorite genre of porn?
Yeah, I was going to say.
Cooking Mama.
Well, you said
Brooke
that.
knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I bet she does.
You use a little stylus, right? Use a stylus on the DS, right? Like a little pen
you're
thing?
supposed to, but I lost mine a while ago, so I just use my finger now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you like cook things. You flip things. You time them.
Okay.
Whatever. You guys don't know.
I do remember playing Dinner Dash when I was a kid, just on the computer, and it's like funny because I fucking love that game. I was like, I'm gonna clear these tables and make these customers so happy, and I'm a server, so it's like, fuck yeah.
I played like a
living
hospital
at my childhood
one.
dreams. You played a hospital one?
There was a hospital one.
What did you do? What were you the doctor, or were you?
I don't remember. It was basically like the same as like one of the server ones where you're just like, I don't know, moving scalpels and stuff.
There's so many tycoon games now, man.
Yeah.
Anything. Like Yacht Tycoon, of course, Zoo, Roller Coaster. Brooke and I were looking at all the tycoon type of games in the Switch like online store. It's insane.
What is a tycoon?
Tycoon? Well,
Like
tycoon's
the word tycoon.
Yeah, what is it?
It's like if you're really wealthy and successful at something, you're a tycoon of it.
Oh, okay.
So like
Damn, I thought it was like a hurricane.
that's a typhoon.
Oh, that's a
roller coaster
Yeah.
typhoon.
Oh, and there's also typhoid, which is some sort of stomach ailment.
Yeah.
good old fever.
Yeah, get your
Yeah.
vaccine.
So if you're like Elon Musk is a tech tycoon,
Okay.
for example.
Not a
So roller coaster tycoon, it's like you get to be a guy that just crushes roller coasters.
She's making roller coasters.
Did you ever play
Nice.
roller coaster tycoon?
I didn't. No.
You never got the CD-ROM in the cereal box?
No, I know.
It might have been
Did they
before
have that in
your
the
time.
school?
What?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe
maybe.
like CD-ROMs like haven't even been a thing for 10 years.
Oh, I've got CD. I've burned a couple CDs in my day.
Okay.
I used to burn CDs for loved ones and friends and,
And
all that.
enemies.
And,
They just be
and
bad
enemies.
songs.
Yeah,
And enemies?
it's just Taylor Swift. It's just a song. I just burn her tunes. No, yeah, I love a good CD-ROM, but I never played that game. I can't say I've ever.
What about Sim
Partook.
City?
My friend Julia, I used to watch her play Sims because she was like 2 years older than me. So she would just kind of like to play the games, and I would just sit there like, this is so fun, just watching.
So Roller Coaster Tycoon is like a sim sort of game. You get to build you build your park. You're trying to create a successful business.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. That's
recommend.
sounds stressful. It sounds gotta build a business.
I just would build the roller coaster and then remove a piece so that everybody flew off the end.
Yeah,
and
you could do that
crashed
too.
and died in a fiery
Nice.
accident.
That was
yeah.
fun. That's your psychopath showing.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Did they scream and stuff? Like, was it pretty detailed?
I think-
They
yeah.
didn't want to encourage.
They did
the
scream.
Yeah,
kids.
I
they
think
did.
so.
Nice. It's a nice touch.
Yeah.
In Sim City, you could also like unleash like a natural disaster or a UFO attack on your city.
That's amazing.
Yeah. But you had to like
Typhoon.
build roads. It was crazy.
Getting all
You-
the civil engineers.
You another thing we learned about you on the show. Everything we learned about you is basically from creeping your Instagram, creeping your YouTube, or watching Kill Tony. So
I mean, how else would we learn?
yeah, I mean, and we know that you've been a bird lady for 15 years.
Oh yeah, love my bird.
Yeah, so I wanted to make you comfortable here. I downloaded some
Cockatiel
ambient. Oh, sorry, that's not it. Just some crows in the background.
Perfect.
Make you feel like you're at home.
I can't imagine her
Oh,
bird
it's
sounds
not
like a
right now.
crow though.
I would.
One of my favorite birds is a crow.
Oh.
Crows are extremely intelligent.
Super smart. How do you feel about ravens?
Fucking love them as well. I love the noises they make. And they're in Banff. There were some ravens that were just fucking ginormous. It's like they're not even. At what point do you stop being a bird? You know, and you start being a mammal.
I mean,
They're just
penguins,
ginormous.
ostriches,
yeah.
emus.
Emus.
Have you seen an emu up close?
Never up close. No. I
They're
feel like
they're huge.
Things are intimidating. Have you ever
They're
seen
like
Dude, Where's My
dinosaurs.
Car?
Oh, have I ever?
One scene
It was
with
only my favorite movie when I was 12.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I tried watching it for my first time maybe 3 years ago. Couldn't
Bite
make
your
it
tongue.
through.
Bite
Couldn't
your
make it
tongue.
through.
Oh man, why not?
I don't know. I don't even remember now. It's,
Dated
I
kind
think
of
it was
thing.
just like maybe I wasn't into it at
Yeah.
the time. Maybe I was like tired or something. But I feel like it was too stupid.
Yeah. No, if you're 12, it's fucking incredible.
Yeah.
But my favorite movie is Dumb and Dumber. So which is.
But
stupid,
Dumb and Dumber
but
is smart.
which is funny.
Dude, Where's My Car is a lot stupider. But the thing they say in that movie when they try to refer to something as cool is they say shibby.
Yeah. I always thought that was the coolest thing when I was a kid.
Oh, I started saying shibby with my buddies a lot. And then speaking of burnt CDs, all of my CDs for like a year were like shibby mix 1.
No way.
Well, what does it mean?
Just means like cool or awesome.
Just
Shibby.
trying to make it catch on. Did it ever catch on with your friend group, or were you just the guy? Who
No,
they'd
it was
be
like-
God, there goes
there was
Dave
like two-
saying shibby again.
It would take a group to make a friend group. So, but with one
lone
friend,
wolf.
there's we were into shibby.
That sounds dirty. We were into shibby.
We were into shibby.
One summer we got really into shibby.
Yeah, we explored each other. And
We need a shitty soundboard sound. Is there like an epic one we can download?
Totally.
Shibby.
the,
Did they say it like
there's
that?
just them-
Shibby.
There's just them saying shibby.
On their voicemail and everything.
Shibby.
Yeah, that's basically it.
Dude, you just touched Christy Boner's hoo-hoo.
Yeah, the girl they think is hot is named Christy Boner.
in the movie.
I
Not
love
a real
that.
name.
I think that it is totally a dumb movie, but it also is like I think just since it was like a childhood staple,
Yeah.
then it kind of takes you right back.
How the hell do we get from bird having a bird?
Emus.
Oh, emus.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because there's one in Two Doors My Car, I think. I haven't seen it in a good 10 years or so.
Wait, an emu? Emu is like an ostrich type of thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that apple juice or is that piss from the alley in
This is
Austin?
just piss from the yeah. It's a souvenir. I thought you might want some. This guy was
The amount he likes
not very
Kill Tony,
hydrated.
you might.
Can I get a taste of that?
We'll get a sponsorship by Tropicana. Let's go.
This episode is sponsored by Piss.
I was just curious of how you've kept a bird alive for 15 years and how you brought it all the way over to the West Coast with you, and then you're gonna move to Austin. Like, what do? You put it in a cage and
She followed the bird. It was migrating.
I see.
No, Myrtle stays at my parents' house because he's lived there. Like I got him when I was 10 years old. I had a bird before him named Squirt, actually, but Squirt flew away. So yeah, it was pretty heartbreaking. Actually,
What kind of bird?
He was also a cockatiel.
Oh.
I remember that day, like I went to sleepover at my friend's house, and when I come back home, my sister's like there waiting at the door. She opens it, and she's just like, "Squirt flew away."
Oh no!
And I was like, "No, I didn't. You're smiling. Clearly, you're joking." And she was like, "No, I'm not." He flew away. She was just smiling, yeah. And then she's a lot nicer now, but she hated that bird. And anyway, I got Myrtle when I was 10 years old, and then he just kind of like he is so happy at my parents' house. He gets to fly around all the time, and he knows it pretty well. I feel like if I were to take him to a new environment, he'd probably fly into a window, or I don't know, one of my roommates would like let him out somehow. I don't know. It scares me. So.
Yeah. Do your roommates like your bird?
No, I had.
Oh, it
when
stays
I was
at your parents'
yeah, stays at
house.
my parents' house. One time when I was
explained that, man.
Yeah, sorry.
one time when I was in university, I did bring Myrtle with me for a few months, and my roommates did not like him at all.
Yeah.
No.
I don't think I would. I would like a random bird in the
Squawks a lot.
house.
Yeah.
Smells like shit.
I feel like if
No,
you
it doesn't smell.
No?
No. It smelled great. Bird head. Oh my god, I can't get enough of it.
Bird head? Excuse me.
That sounds bad. No, when you're like just scratching his head.
how
And
big are their beaks?
Yeah, I know. How do you give? Okay, all right.
it's like a
No, I
little-
thought she was
Oh,
giving. Yeah.
yeah. Is it a free use bird?
that too. Yeah,
Yeah,
he
okay.
is. Yeah, we have an agreement though, so it's all consensual. It's all legal. Copyright, fair use.
Eating birdseed. Whoa, hey, what's going on? Trying to eat birdseed. Trying to play DS.
Let me get
Dis seed. Trying to eat dis seed.
Wow.
Sorry. Brooke's shaking her head. Everybody's shaking their head at me. Jesus. Oh, now I know what it's like to bomb. Jeez. Are you gonna you're not gonna take your bird to Austin?
No, Lord, no.
Okay.
He's just so he pretty much spends all of his time outside of the cage at my parents' house, and that's the way it should be. I don't think the birds should be in cages.
If a cocktail flies away, they're not surviving very long.
No, it actually was kind of traumatic. He flew away before the winter, and then the next spring, then I was like on the soccer field, and we were playing soccer, and this kid is like, he lifts up like a dead, clearly a crushed bird, flattened bird, and it was like pretty colorful, and there's not that many colorful birds around Listowel, and I just like knew, I knew it was Squirt, and I didn't say anything. I didn't even tell anybody about that like 2 years after, because I just cried every time I thought about it, and then because I just thought about him being alone and like how I failed him, and yeah, just like I don't know, the whole pet industry is kind of fucked up. I feel like I definitely I don't want to have kids when I'm older, but I would love to have like a little like sanctuary for orangutan specifically, but also birds and stuff. Because a lot of people buy like birds and lizards and they don't do the research beforehand. Some of these animals get totally mistreated and they're like in a fucking terrarium that's too small or that doesn't have enough like stimulating things for it, and they just kind of use their pet as an accessory, which I hate.
Steve-O wants to open an animal sanctuary in Vancouver, in the Vancouver area, I should say.
Nice.
We should convince him. We gotta convince him to come here, and then you can raise the orangutans.
Hell yeah.
It's orangutan.
Orangutan.
Yes.
Sorry.
Yeah, it comes
Back
from
to grammar talk.
Have you ever seen the episode of? Have you ever seen any Black Mirror?
Yeah.
Have you seen the one where it's like with John Hamm and the girl's like brain gets duplicated inside this machine so she can be the assistant for herself?
Oh no.
So it's basically like you would be duplicate, like your whole memory, mind, everything, but you're a digital representation of yourself, but then you're a servant of real you. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Anyways, so like she decides that she doesn't want to be this assistant in a machine, but she has no autonomy. And she's, well, I'm not going to do what they ask you to do. And then John Hamm presses a button and she experiences 1,000 years of nothingness.
Oh my God.
And I think about that all the time. And I thought about it when you were talking about a lizard that's understimulated. It feels like that simulation of you just like feeling nothingness for 1,000 years.
Damn, imagine that. That's
it's a really
crazy
existentially horrifying episode.
Isn't it kind of like just going to sleep?
No,
because when you're asleep, you are entertained. You're like you're in places. You go
not
to
always
go to
though.
places. But I feel like when the times when you're not, like you're not just like asleep, just I don't know, like in a void. Like you're when you're not dreaming, then it just kind of like sleep travel, like takes you from like one point to another.
Well, it's like solitary confinement in prisons is considered like the meanest, most horrible thing you can do. It's just that, but that's like for 20 days sort of max. Imagine 10,000.
But that's not nothingness. That's in a room with a light. I feel like nothingness is like you're sleeping. You can't even describe it. You don't remember it. You have no recollection.
But she's literally like in like a white void. But she's just completely awake and just herself.
Okay.
So she's just you would just be thinking, I don't know.
Like
and you wouldn't have the physical mechanisms of your brain like shutting down or going crazy and stuff. You would just still be thinking, I think.
Yeah. Imagine that even like a week without sleep or anything, just kind of going, because I'm sure that the brain thing doesn't go to sleep at all. Which dreams are, if it did, then you could just sleep all the time.
Yeah, you'd just be chilling.
I fucking love sleeping because I love the dreams that I have. I don't know. Do you guys have a lot of cool dreams? Remember
Excessively.
Them? Yeah.
It's really bad.
It's bad.
I get a lot of nightmares.
Okay.
Yeah, I used to have a lot of nightmares growing up. Yeah. Not so much anymore.
At least like once or twice a week I wake up. I had a dream the other day that I had committed a terrorist act. I didn't remember what it was. And I was just wandering down the streets and I had like my face sort of covered, but people were like pointing at me like, it's him.
That is freaky.
And it was really unsettling. And I was like, people were like really like disappointed and like disturbed by me.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a weird feeling.
But then don't you love when you wake up and you're like, I didn't do that thing. Yeah.
In a cold sweat.
No, but I wake up and I feel I still feel in that mode.
Right.
Like my brain doesn't shift gears back to being like, things are normal.
Yeah.
It's like, no, I did that. Did I? Okay. Yeah. Anyways.
I would have these dreams where I would die in the dream and then it would just go black. And then it would take me a moment to realize, I'm awake.
Yeah.
Which is really spooky.
Yeah, that is.
The thing that I fear the most though is sleep paralysis.
I've had that.
You've had it?
I've had night terrors too.
Both of you?
Yeah. My sleep paralysis, it wasn't a demon though. It was just like straight up voices. Like it was like a bunch of like layered voices, and I couldn't like move my whole body. And so I was trying to sink my head into the pillow, and I was like going like just pushing myself back. And then like when I came out of it, I just like felt so uneasy, and I just felt like there was like a presence in the room with me. So I turned on my light, and I just pretty much stayed up for like another couple hours. But yeah, no. I don't know what I would do if I saw a demon at the end of my bed. Oh my God.
I had the demon.
You had the demon?
I had the demon.
What did it look like?
It looked like a Dementor from Harry Potter.
That's terrifying.
So basically I like woke up. I was having a really disturbing dream, and then I woke up, and then you're awake but you're not awake sort of thing, I think. And it's just this like dark sort of like ominous figure hovering above me. And then it started to feel like it was pulling my soul out of my body. Like not even joking. And then I felt, when you have a dream and it's not just like, you're not just like seeing things, you like have like like sort of like physical, I don't know, stimulus.
Yeah.
I felt like literally like my soul was being pulled from my body, and I felt this blackness, this like darkness that I can't even describe it. I swear I've described to people that it feels worse than dying. What I imagine dying feels like.
It's what Jackson Goldstein got pulled out of his appendix. Sorry, throw back to the last podcast.
Wait, what did he get pulled? Oh yeah, the
black stuff.
Black loot. Yeah. Anyways, it was really bad. And then I like forced myself awake somehow, and then I just like, and I like couldn't stay awake, and I just like opened a laptop and just started trying to play like Friends.
Yeah, right. Go to the comfort shows.
Oh my God. And it happened maybe 2 or 3 times.
Damn.
And then I did not know about the sleep paralysis demon before that, and I read about it later, and I was like, oh my God, this is a thing.
Yeah.
And there's like
That's
drawings
so
from like hundreds of years ago. Like it's like a historical thing.
That's so strange.
Yeah. And I'm not a supernaturally inclined person, but you see stuff like that and you're like, what's going on here?
Yeah. Where are these souls coming from?
Yeah. Anyways, so that was fun.
Very intense.
Can we switch to something lighter? Can you lick your elbow for us? Because we actually all tried. You famously licked your elbow on the Kill Tony show, and Brooke and I were both trying to lick our elbow. At least I was. What the hell? I'm pretty close.
Is it a tongue length thing or a flexibility thing?
I think it's a bit of both. I've always had a bit of I can pick my nose with my tongue as well, which comes in handy.
Yeah, I can't get there. We're making great. Wow.
That was
incredible.
effortless too.
You said practice. You said keep trying.
Yeah, I didn't practice. It's funny because I was reading a trivia magazine when I was a kid, and I saw like one of the things was like, fun fact: no human can lick their elbow. So like I tried it immediately, and I just did it immediately, and I was like, well, fuck you. That's just a false fun fact. I didn't believe any of the other facts that they had, because I was like, that's a lie.
I would have just thought I was special. I wouldn't have thought the fact was wrong. I would have been like, I'm the chosen one.
Yeah. How do you do that? Because
it's funny because I had one guy in my high school too. His name is Brandon Penkauskas. Just a funny last name. But I remember he was in my drama class, and he was like, I can lick my elbow too. But somebody else had said like, oh yeah, Brandon can lick his elbow. And I was like, Brandon, can you lick your elbow? Like wordlessly, he just flips it around like this though. He licks it from that angle, which is just that was a mind fuck.
I might be a little closer actually.
He like broke his arm to do it, and but he again effortless.
Dave, let's see. Give it a go. Come on.
Shocked.
I don't want. Okay.
Come on, give it a go. Let's see. Here we go. Oh, he's miles away. Miles away. This guy's got a stiff back. You need to go visit your dad.
Yeah.
Maybe after our group adjustment.
I just got a text message notification on my computer, and my sister just had a baby. So
whoa!
Congratulations.
Was she expecting it?
It
or
just
did
fell
kinda
out.
Came
It was
out
just
of
like-
nowhere. Holy shit! Had a baby.
yeah,
Nice.
there's no name yet. So
She should keep it that way. She should keep it that way for as long as she possibly
Untitled.
can.
I have a name. Oh, it didn't work.
Do you have a?
Jason. Maybe.
I thought you were trying to end it at I have a name. It's Matt.
I have a name. Yeah, name.
it's like the worst Martin Luther King speech. I have a name. It's a one-word speech.
Yeah, I have a name.
Martin.
Walks off.
It's like that's deep. People would like find ways into like how it's
Oh, yeah.
profound.
So meta.
Because I guess I don't even want to say it.
You gotta say it now.
No, I'm not gonna say
Okay.
it.
Every time you take a sip of that apple juice, it makes me want to pee more.
You want to?
Into
No,
it.
no,
No.
please no. It's only gonna make things worse.
I'll just chug the bottle.
Should we play this or that?
Yeah, let's play this or that. I want to ask one more question though. I was surprised to hear that you have a manager this early in your.
Wait a second. What?
Yeah.
Who's my manager? Are you joking?
No, I'm not kidding. Wait, hold on. Maybe I should read the DMs because you were like, "Oh yeah, let me ask my manager." Oh wait, manager to work.
Oh yeah.
Oh, now it's making sense. Now it's making sense. We were like, "Oh my god, wow, she's really like going for it. She's got a manager for a stand-up
Yeah.
comedy."
Got an
career."
agent? Yeah. No. That's my brew house manager.
Yeah, we
That's
didn't.
funny. I'm
I
flattered.
definitely didn't put that together because I was like, "No way." It seems like
Yeah, no way.
They're probably taking advantage of you or something. And I was like, "What's she gonna say? She's gonna offend the manager on the air." Oh boy.
Oh yeah, imagine. Yeah, dude, gotta ask my manager if I can do a podcast. That's kind of weird. A weird thing. I don't know. What is the? I guess having an agent is important if you're big enough, because then you have so many people trying to contact you, and they just kind of sift through it. I don't really know what an agent does. Kind of like a life coach. You know, it's like you're just paying somebody to make you feel good about yourself. I think.
I feel like the biggest thing is like scheduling,
right.
management, but also when you're dealing with money, it's like the middleman, so that you're the creative. You don't have to be like, well, I want this much, and I'm worth more than that. You have the bad cop. You're the good cop.
Right.
You don't have
that's
to
a huge thing.
figure out if you're worth $100.
Okay.
They'll just be like, she's worth 110.
Yeah, exactly.
And
There
an
was no-
agent would probably get me to my places like when I need to be there. You know, they'd be like, all right, you got to go on this bus. or just
that'd all
hire
be
a
handled.
car.
Yeah,
I could use that.
You would have ended up right at our studio today.
Right at the front door.
that's the dream.
All right, should we do it?
Yeah, let's do it. So I got the music. You got to say the intro.
All right, it's that time again, folks. Time to play
This or that.
The game where you choose between two radically different options, either this or that. Guest. I didn't customize. Guest. Do you understand the rules?
Choose a name.
Yes.
Okay, Soundman, play that music. Whistler or Listool?
Whistler.
Whistler in the summer or in the winter?
Whistler in the summer.
Cold dip or hot tub?
I like a cold dip.
Garfinkel's or Longhorn?
Neither one.
Oh, you got to vote one. You got to vote one.
Garfs.
Nice. Vancouver or Toronto?
Toronto.
Canada or America?
I think Canada.
Oh, well.
Jared Kiso or Jacob Tierney?
Jared Kiso.
Who is Jacob Tierney?
I don't know.
He's the co-star, I think. Is he? I don't know. Is he the...
I googled his name and I was like, Matt must know something I don't. Kill Tony old band or Kill Tony new band?
Kill Tony new band.
Professional snowboarder or professional stand-up comedian?
Oh, professional stand-up.
Seagulls or crows?
Oh, that's a tough one. Crows. I think crows. I do love seagulls.
Pigeons or seagulls?
Pigeons.
Smelling like shit or smelling like baloney?
Smelling like baloney. I hate that.
Fair use or free use?
Fair use. Copyright.
Canadian citizenship or American citizenship?
Both?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Canadian. Just Canadian.
Canadian poutine or Texas barbecue?
Oh, Texas barbecue for sure.
Lucky Lager or PBR?
Lucky Lager.
Stuck in a room with Hans Kim or stuck in a room with William Montgomery?
William Montgomery.
Dick-sized nipples or nipple-sized dick?
Oh, I'd love to have some dick-sized nipples.
Yeah, good choice. Free meals for a year or telepathic communication with your cockatiel?
Absolutely telepathic. Actually, I already have that. I already have telepathic communication with Myrtle. I'll go with free food.
There you go.
Spaghetti for hair or ketchup for tears?
Spaghetti for hair. That would feel nice.
Eat a whole jar of mayo in one sitting or a whole bottle of hot sauce?
Easily mayonnaise. I would do that just for fun. I do that for.
And the last
snack.
question: only be able to whisper everything, or only be able to shout everything?
Only be able to whisper everything. I feel like that'd keep the mystique, you know.
The mystique.
Maintain some sort of mystique.
Yeah,
mystique.
you don't be
like
shouting everything.
Talk to that.
Yeah, that'd be too much. Didn't who was it? Caleb choose shouting? Someone chose shouting.
Maybe.
And again, it would be. I mean, I really hate when somebody's talking and they're like just super quiet, and you're like, "What?" Like when I'm serving and I'm like, "Oh, would you like what drink would you like?" And they just whisper it. It's like, can you fucking speak up here? Yeah. Don't make me beg for it, you know? Like,
you'd have to either be the quiet comedian or the comedian that's super intense all the time.
I wonder if William Montgomery had to take that test. He just like stuck to it. He's like, I'll be shouting.
yeah. We should have. I think we already showed it on the podcast actually, but I bought a cameo for Brooke for Christmas from William Montgomery.
I think I saw that.
Oh really? Oh man. Yeah. That was quite funny.
Maybe it wasn't. Oh, it was. Yeah. Okay. Never mind. I thought it was, but it might have been Chloe Montgomery.
I told William Montgomery that Brooke was on a bean diet, and he said, "Don't worry that you're tooting a lot. Matt loves the smells of your toots." It was great. It was a wholesome Christmas present.
Beautiful, beautiful Christmas present.
Yeah.
How much does it cost from William Montgomery cameo?
It was, I think, between $60 and $80. He makes $80,000 now a month on cameo.
What?
A month?
That's what Tony said on one of the recent
Holy
episodes.
shit.
$80,000, $60 to $80,000. He's killing it.
Is his claim to fame Kill Tony?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I don't know who he is.
Longest running regular.
And yeah, he's actually pretty impressive, like, right, because he's pretty consistent. I find that, I don't know, not trying to shit talk, but Hans Kim is like kind of been like going a little bit, I don't know. Less funny.
Stage?
Yeah.
That's fair to say.
Everybody on Reddit's kind of like thinking that it's like his coke-ridden girlfriend, I guess. It's kind of like getting him off of writing, which, you know, love and cocaine, they will do things to you, you know? They might hold you back a little bit.
Perhaps. I mean, it's probably like he's playing big shows, so he's got to keep his best material. And I imagine it's kind of fair. Like it's a test stage, right? You can just try stuff, see if it works. But yeah, when you consistently are all right for 4 times in a row, I guess.
I just feel like but then again, it would be so hard to do like a full minute every single week of new material. That's a nightmare fuel to me.
It's pretty hard, yeah.
But if he had like an hour special, couldn't he just have 61 minutes?
Yeah, fair enough.
I guess that's not how stand-up works, though. You don't have like 1 minute distinct little, because they're like mini sets. They're not. It's not just like pluck that out of like the middle of a longer set.
Yeah, fair enough.
And I don't think they're taking things from their special and then like they're saving everything, you know?
That's true.
I did see that somebody was like, oh yeah, I saw, like I went to one of his shows and it was amazing. So he probably is just like saving some of his best material for like paid gigs. He's like, you got to pay to see the good shit.
Yeah. And I mean, someone like him, he probably actually has a manager. There's a lot going on now. There's a lot to
At
deal
the
with.
restaurant he works at, right?
Yeah. Manager. Yeah. He's waiting tables. How you going to write 60 seconds? Anyways, I do love that show. I don't think we ever got into how much I talk about that show. I'm a huge fan, and I watch it every Monday. Brooke and I make a thing out of it in the evenings.
Do you ever censor yourself talking about it because you feel like you talk about it too much?
No.
Okay,
No.
that's good. I was gonna say don't.
No.
Because I'll do that too. You know, you're like watching one thing or something, and you're like, oh, in the last episode of Succession, and you're like, never mind, I can't talk about Succession anymore.
Right. Yeah. You should definitely go to that. You should definitely go to Austin then, and
You
guys
should. You should
buy
go
a
to
ticket.
Austin.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be great. Yeah, I think one day, or maybe he'll play another show in Vancouver.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a couple people who appeared in the Vancouver show that we should try to get on a
That are from
podcast.
here.
Yeah, they're from here. That would be real fun.
Good idea.
Yeah. I'd love to go. Let's go. You taking me?
Yes.
Get a sugar daddy.
Yeah. I was thinking maybe if we do it. We're going to Burning Man this summer,
Oh,
Brooke
yeah?
and I.
God damn.
Yeah.
Do you have your fits planned out? Do you have your Instagram outfits all?
That's basically
plot
what
it
Brooke
out.
is like doing now. She's like making her own outfits. It's quite impressive.
Making them? Like
Yeah, she's
selling?
making them.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
That's
she,
so sick.
She made a muumuu the other day. Like it's a nightgown.
Okay, I was
She's
gonna say that's
starting small.
my next question was what is a muumuu?
You know, a muumuu. Yeah, it's basically just a long nightgown. I don't think she's gonna wear that though to Burning Man. I haven't planned anything. No, I'm just kind of following our friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We did a podcast with our friend who had just come back from Burning Man, and to show the differences between Matt and I, his reaction was, "That sounds sick. I should go." And my reaction was, "I'm never going to Burning Man."
What even is they create like a city, and they create like a small city, right? And then people just kind of bike around and there's music there as well, or is it just an art?
It's not a music. It's not a music festival. It's like an art festival.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, it's a self-sufficient city. It's massive. It's on the playa. It's not sand. It's very fine calcium dust. It's like 40 times finer than dust. It gets in freaking everywhere.
Wow.
And
Sounds like a nightmare.
there's like dust storms that just screw everything up. You know, especially if you got a tent and whatnot. Yeah, it's just like people roaming around making art, looking at art. You trade. There's no money system, so you're trading services or food, or like you could be offering people massages or something.
I was
or
gonna say
like
hand job tent.
Yeah,
You
hand
set
job
for the
tent.
weekend.
apple juice tent, whatever your mind can come up with.
There's group showers.
Group showers.
Yeah.
Nice. Do
Yeah,
you
it's like-
have to?
It's like a big giant. What was it? Like a big container.
Yeah. So last year there was it was the people of Dr. Bronner's, like shampoo.
Yeah.
Is the people who own Dr. Bronner's. Although the entire event is decommercialized, like there's no branding anywhere, but it was just the word on the street that it was the Dr. Bronner's guys. Anyways, they had like a clear kind of shipping container, and there was a group shower. Everybody was butt naked. There was even families in it. There was like kids. It's just
Wow.
dozens of naked people washing.
Body
I
after
guess
body.
Humans are. I mean, it doesn't have to be sexual. I remember when I was a kid, I'd go to this one music festival in Guelph, and there would be like naked people just kind of meandering around. And if it's not like a, context matters. If it's not like they're not humping anything, then it's not a very sexual thing. So,
It's like a nude beach.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's casual.
It is funny because it is our default state,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Birthday suit.
It's so. I was just yesterday. I was at work, and this one woman was big breastfeeding, and it was just like it's such a. Because I was thinking about how strange that is. It's not actually strange. Like I totally support public breastfeeding, but then I also was like, I've met you for 10 minutes, and now I've seen your boob. It's like it's crazy. I don't know. It's not a sexual thing. Again, just chilling, but it's just such a strange thing to just have like your boob out in a restaurant. She didn't have the cover at all, which you don't, power to you. You don't need the cover because it's not, it's all good.
I mean, guys can kind of just be shirtless,
Yeah, you can show your nips.
Free the nips. Dick size nips.
You have a show coming up?
Yeah.
What's going on there?
On Friday in Squamish, there is a show that my buddy Brandon and Shane. This guy Shane is putting it on with his cousin, and Brandon is my friend who kind of like got me on it as well. And it's going to be a bunch of comics. Simon King is going to be the headliner, and who else is going up? It's this one really cool chick named Cedar. She's like weird as hell and the best fucking way possible. Like she reminds me a lot of Aubrey Plaza. But she'll be doing a set as well. Kind of just like comics from around the area. Doing a few minutes. So I highly recommend that. It's called the Fat Comedy Show, I do believe. It's at Match in Squamish.
Awesome. Wait, Aubrey Plaza was my podcast Celebrity Crush. We went through Celebrity Crushes.
Yeah, how could you not have a crush on her? She's perfect.
Did we talk about this?
Yeah, we did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, what was yours?
I don't remember.
What's yours, Emily? Celebrity Crush?
My Celebrity Crush? Ooh. Big fan of Jonah Hill. I like him a lot. For some reason, those eyes, they get me. He slid into my sister's DMs, though, so I stopped.
What?
Yeah, one time, it was like when I was like really obsessed with him, too. And my sister messages me like a screenshot. She's like, and it was he just said hi.
How did he find your sister?
I don't
So
know.
awkward.
I think I found her like on like Explore page or
Is
something.
she like famous?
No. I told her, I was like, I think that because I messaged him often. I would just be like, hi, I love you. I'm single. And then one day, she just like, I don't know how the algorithm works, but somehow she got in his Explore page or something. And he just DM'd her, and they had a nice little banter back and forth. And he was like, "If you're ever in New York City, come through." And now she's married. So
to Jonah.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like a top 5 actor. I love Jonah Hill.
He's an amazing actor. He's funny and just I liked his the Stutz documentary too. That was really cool.
That was good.
Do you guys go to therapy at all? I feel like this kind of feels like therapy a little bit.
No, but
that is a little bit
I
therapeutic.
keep meaning to, but then I don't want to like pay for it.
I know, me too. That's the thing.
Like I keep literally being like, I think this would improve my life a lot, and then I'm like, like we do have health benefits, so we would get I think I would get like a couple for free.
Yeah.
And then it'll cost me, and
then
I'm like, you can't like once
attached.
you open that box, you got to keep going.
Yeah.
So
then all of a sudden you need it, and it's like
I feel like I'd be good at it too.
You'd be good
because I feel like I think about the ways in which I'm fucked up. You know what I mean? Like I feel like self-critical in a way.
They would tear
game
you
the
down,
therapist.
dude.
Yeah.
They would tear you down. You go in thinking you know everything and you know all the right things to say, and then
No, they would. They absolutely would. But I often will be like, oh, that's why I'm that way. Like I feel like in my own head will like sort it out. Like I'm just afraid of everything.
Let's get into it.
No, I
Let's
don't
do
want
a
to.
free.
Now I'm embarrassed.
honestly, the word
Free
therapy is making me have to pee more. I gotta pee. You guys talk about therapy
We
for
can wrap
a couple
it- we
minutes.
can
No,
wrap
no,
it
no.
up.
Get into it. There's something here.
No.
Here. No.
We'll talk shit about
We've
you.
been going for
Come
an
on.
hour and 50.
Oh, an hour and 50.
Yeah.
That just blew away.
No way.
Yeah.
Has
Give
it
me
been
that
2
apple
hours?
juice.
That's
It's been almost 2 hours.
Give me that
That's
apple juice.
insane.
You want me to top that apple juice up?
Let's do it.
Should we wrap it up?
Yeah, let's wrap it up.
Okay.
Wrap it up.
Yeah. Thanks, Emily. Thanks so much. This is Feeding Off Each Other. Are you metaphorically full?
I feel satiated. Goddamn. I'm gonna go vomit. I'm actually bulimic.
Do you have anything to promote aside from your Squamish show?
I will promote. I don't
What
have
about your
anything.
Instagram?
Yeah, how about your Instagram?
I've got a meme account
You
called
got some funny things.
Sentient Fleshlight. If you want to follow that guy.
And you're posting your bits on your Instagram.
Grilled Sleezus is my Instagram.
There you go.
Yep.
What is a grilled sleezus?
Just I don't know. I just like Yeezus, and then there's Sleezus because sleazy, and then grilled cheese.
I
It was
got
a mix of things. I don't
I
really
picked it up right
know.
away.
Yeah, nice. Thank you.
We have some boomers listening.
Oh, we don't have any boomers
Oh, come on.
listening.
Of course. Jared Kiesel's listening.
Oh, yeah.
He's not a boomer, but
No.
Jonah Hill might. No, I'm not sure he's listening anymore. Jonah Hill's definitely listening.
Yeah.
Nobody knows how the algorithm works.
Let's
But
tag him. Like, have your people contact his people.
we're going to tag Steve-O. We're going to tag Lucky. All right, we got a lot of people to tag. Thanks for listening. Please subscribe. Do the things that you do after a podcast. Watch us on YouTube if you want to see the video version.
Yeah.
And also leave us a speak pipe. Emily, I would love if you would leave us a speak pipe. It's basically a voicemail. You just go to speakpipe.com/feeding off each other. You just hit the button and you talk. That's it.
Okay.
Speakpipe.com/feeding off each other.
I thought I was supposed to do it right now.
No.
I'll do it after. Okay.
Later.
No, anytime.
On the ride
yeah.
home.
Yeah.
Right on. Nice. On the bus.
And ask us a question. Say something interesting.
You could do a 1 minute set if you want.
Yeah, whatever you like.
Whatever you feel
Promote
like.
your next show.
Just force
We'll
you
literally
guys to
play
listen to
it.
Anything.
Promote your business.
Anything.
Yeah.
We actually got a speak pipe during the broadcast today.
No way.
Yeah.
Why?
Was it from Emily?
Yeah.
Secretly.
She's just like.
Just throwing my voice across the room.
All right.
All right, that's it. Thanks
All right.
everybody for listening. And as always.
Another one.
Thank you for listening to Feeding Off Each Other. Please subscribe for more great podcasts.